Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted show about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam. So, what do you have lined up for us today? Are you all safe, by the way? All good? You haven't been attacked, taken
Well,
hostage, nothing. You have warships
I've been in
behind
the
you there.
bunker safely.
That's just
I
to
am?
remind
What?
you,
Oh, yeah. Yes.
keep that
We are
mentality.
working on this. You need to work in an environment that sets the scene for the war you're going between Iran and Israel, a maritime battle.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is very much
That's what you're
related to the
advocating
Iran and
for.
Israel battle. Yeah,
You're like,
I
guys.
am focusing on the Yemeni Houthi side. I am focusing on the Yemeni.
You're like, how about this? How about we each build ships from the 16, 1700s and then see what it's like? How about that?
Listen, I found an angle to force some people to listen to me about Napoleonic wars. All right, so I'm gonna go with it. But no, it's been in Tehran. It's been pretty calm. Nobody has taken much seriously from Iran attack of Israel to Israel attacks to Iran. But then again, yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel there is less normal people in Iran than like there normal people, I guess, took it seriously, which mostly live in Europe, it seems, and America. So because the people who go on social media and are like, oh God, no, war. But like in real person, people, I haven't met anybody who was like at all. People were very upset about Barcelona losing. I heard about that more.
Ooh, yeah, they
Is
got
that true? See, like that is, like that is something has to be huge for me to hear. And I heard quite a lot of people talk about that.
yeah, they
So
were winning. Then this idiot got a red card, and then boom, the game changed. This guy got a red
oh,
card
was
in
it
10
was
minutes. Within the
elimination
first 10 minutes.
style or
Yeah, it was
league?
Champions League quarterfinals versus PSG. And yeah, so that was a costly mistake.
A
Arsenal
lot of
got knocked
Iranians
out of the
are
Champions League.
heartbroken.
Yeah, Bayern Munich
I'm
screwed
sad for you.
Arsenal. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, let's go back to topics before we lose anyone here.
And I heard about Bayer Lever. Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, most people seem to not care, especially about the attack today, which is the Israeli response to Iranian
Hmm.
attack, which Iran claims to be three drones. Israelis claim to it's been a missile shot from an airplane from Israel, Iraq or Syria. So
I
I
see.
mean, the stories are too different to even comment on. It's like one of them says it's an elephant, the other one says it's a fish.
But
So we don't know which is true. So,
before we get into it, I was surprised with one thing because I was like, I kept on checking CNN every in the following days online on my phone. So CNN website. And I was like, oh, I'm sure they're just gonna be having non-stop stories on the Iran-Israel thing on the
mm,
front page and going after. But no, like the Trump thing was happening Monday, and the focus
mm.
very quickly shifted to the Trump thing, which you know how he's
I
in
would
court for
say,
I don't know what, but I was surprised at how quickly like CNN the next day was like, okay, nothing else happening. Okay, Trump.
I mean, sadly, I lost the battle over our remote control this weekend, and I was forced to watch some CNN too.
What were they
And
saying on TV?
exactly, no, it was just, I would say that was just an American thing, though. Like
Mm.
Al Jazeera, BBC International, the DW, everybody else
Yeah, yeah,
was
you're
very much,
right.
but CNN was, yeah, focused on the hush money jury trial. One of the jury members is from Long Island. Let's kick him out of the jury. It was so weird. I've never, yeah, CNN is just on a parallel universe servicing a different kind of audiences, I feel.
That's interesting.
But
'Cause, I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
Reuters, I checked Reuters like quite often. I feel like Reuters websites was very focused on that. Although you're right, if you
But
Google
they're
like
serious and genuine. I wanted to kind of see, CNN's like how they're gonna,
this,
But no, CNN has apparently fully lost its touch and all. It's like, no, we're not even into wars too much anymore.
No,
Peace and love,
domestic
guys.
politics.
Yeah, peace.
Peace, love, and we hate Trump.
Yeah, that's as far as we can go. Even hate.
Yeah, you're shutting down our
CNN before, if someone
international.
farted a bit loudly, they were like, okay, World War III is happening. But no, I guess they.
No, in Middle East there was no war, and they were having people there in Iraq saying, "Yeah, there is a war going on." And we were like, "No, there is no war. No, no, it's going. You don't know. We are telling you there's
So
in
they've gone
90s. That's
soft.
all they did." But yeah,
I think CNN just
yeah.
made
I mean, the
such.
budget cuts, man.
Yeah, and as we thought about not speaking over each other, I guess it's harder than expected. But I was gonna say, I think CNN made so much money off Trump that first time around, and they're like, no, we need to somehow recreate this magic. They were just spoiled from the amount of money and coverage they got in 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's not even like no, it's not just that. We talked about this before. Internet has come up, people are more niche,
Mhm.
it's harder to attract uh, uh, new audiences. So it's better to double down on what you have rather than like Paramount. Paramount, the movie studio, all they're now doing is just let's just make Mission Impossible movies, guys. Like, let's forget about everything else. We are sticking with Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise. It works. It's low risk. Let's double down on what we know. Like it's not even like some conspiracy to, let's make Trump the evil guy
Yeah.
that feeds our cash mush. It's just like this is working. Let's just, I don't know.
Whereas
It's
worked
very
before,
costly to try new.
yeah. But war worked very well for CNN in the past too, so. But I guess it also doesn't concern Americans directly yet, so there's also that angle. So
Sorry,
yeah, you got. I'm saying
you
that
cut off
it's
first.
not concerning Americans yet either. So there's also that, or hopefully it will never concern them. But there's also that angle is missing. So it is about two foreign countries from CNN's point of view. But still, the CNN of
I
back
mean,
in the day would have had a panel of 59 people, each get to say 5 words on the war. But I guess they've moved on from that.
but I mean, you say it doesn't involve the US, uh, but wouldn't you say US is now basically an Israeli colony? So kind of what happens to their masters kind of affects them. Wouldn't you agree? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's
Good point.
did you see Biden was like, yeah, we told Israel we are not, or Biden administration was like, we told Israel we are not gonna help them in offensive uh actions against Iran. And then 2 days later was like, listen, I said we are not gonna help them in offensive strikes, but if there is a serious altercation, I have to come in. I have to go. You- They own them. They own their balls. So I think they have to care at this point. I mean, I mean, you're right. The majority of normal, to be honest, you're really right. I was just trying to make a joke
I highly
because
doubt it.
majority of
No.
people just in their lifetime, just like, unless you're like, unless you're fighting age, and it's just none of this affects you. Just
Let's see. Hopefully that continues. But okay, we have other stuff too. So let's just maybe give a let's just do a quick overview of what we have and then come back to this story.
sure.
So,
So this week, we have quite a not quite a bit actually. We have the Iran-Israel updates about the regional tensions, I suppose, at this point. We're gonna talk a little bit about Cornel West and his new VP. Cornel West just continuing to provide the level of drama that only a 12-year-old teenage girl could provide. Just unbelievable. Like there is about 3 people just following the campaign online, but those 3 people, including me and Camille, are being fed so just well. It's unbelievable. It's just I couldn't. I thank you, Cornel. All
and
I'm gonna say is
passionately,
thank you.
and passionately. And I love how there's just absolutely no one who can defend them anymore. and they're all just like more and more kind of disgusted at him. It's just hilarious and just I don't know why, extremely satisfying. I don't understand. Like you could see the satisfaction on these two chaps' face in this video, which we'll talk a bit, talking about Cornel West. They look like
Oh,
they continued this conversation after work hours. Like I swear, I feel like they're like, let's just meet for 15 more minutes. Talk about it a bit
just give
more.
me another 5 minutes. I
I'll
would.
call you. How about that? When you're home, just call me.
They should make a one of those Telegram like group channel things that you can join, and
Oh,
everybody who
yo,
hates
that's
Cornell,
a
which is I'm
brilliant
sure not
idea.
more than 15. I know, right? Just
Plus, all the
bitching
girls
about
were pissed at him.
Cornell's
I
channel.
mean, like a
Oh yeah,
list of
you're right. All
ex-girlfriends
the
and us,
ex-wives.
ex-wives.
Yeah, they're all ex-wives. But yeah, it's just personally I find it very nice when people like polite people, or they're forced to defend, like, no, it's just I have a lot of respect for everything he's done, except the last year or so, every second has been a nightmare. But I kind of want to defend, so it's quite pleasurable
Yeah,
always to see polite people defending other polite people. So
for
that's
sure.
it. So yeah, we have Cornell, but Matt Taibbi hitting back at critics again a bit just for fun. I thought I add this. It's not particularly new news, and quite a lot of stuff about censorship. I feel like
Mm,
everybody was nagging about censorship, like from both left, right, center. Everybody was like, "Oh, censorship, censorship,
yeah.
censorship is bad." Camille was telling me censorship is bad. Yeah,
And
just
anti-censorship.
before the yeah.
But
So
yeah,
we have all that, and oh yeah, and we're gonna talk a little bit about UK and its prime ministers of late, and
yeah,
of not so late, I suppose. So yeah,
definitely.
and yeah,
Okay.
that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. As usual, there are timestamps down below, as I mentioned in my intro. So let's jump into it. Let's dive in. I mean, I guess we talked quite a bit about Iran and Israel, but the floor is yours.
Mhm. Iran and Israel. So, as people might have heard, I think I don't remember. Did we talk about the Iranian consulate being hit? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. But anyway, Israel, in part of this strikes they carry out in Syria and all that, they hit Iranian consulate in Damascus, I believe, and Iran kind of said that they kind of have to are forced to respond now because that's technically Iranian soil. So it would be like basically they kind of had to respond because the internal support for them otherwise would have not collapsed, but would have, you know, would have waned, I suppose. And they basically people who are going and fighting for the regime, they wanted a response. Not most people. I would have not most people. There is no independent. Uh, there's no independent. I guess what's the God damn it. There's no independent. What's the they go
Polling,
ask people what they think. Polling.
polling.
There's no independent polling. Yes, in Iran, and but the impression you get is that most people were like, "Oh, let's just leave it alone." Like, economy is shit already, and dollar, by the way, is climbing up every day, and economy is getting worse and worse. So people were like, "Leave it alone." But they, I feel like, felt they were forced to respond, and they responded, I think, in a calculated way to not provoke a extreme reaction, sort of. So basically, the response included a 3-year no a 3-day notice to the Israeli and to the Israeli allies, which I'm sure they let Israel know. It was hilarious. They sent the first wave of attack was these drones, which would have taken like 4 or 5 hours to get to Israel. So they were basically these slow. It was equivalent of, like, there's a bar fight and somebody's just trying to slowly like, no, don't let me. It's like, it was ridiculous. And then you had some other missiles go off like 1 hour to Israel with, and then some missiles go off with 15 minutes uh, distance time to Israel. So, but they did give proper notice. Uh, it
Proper
does seem that
notice.
most proper notice with a doctor's notice, they were absent on that. They it seems that the most majority of the drones and the missiles were downed by American and British planes with the help of Jordanians, which we talk about that a little bit too. Jordanian planes. So I mean, I feel like I'm very biased. I feel like I am as biased as I can be on this topic. But it does seem that Iran sort of successfully indicated that they can overwhelm Israeli defenses if needs be, if it comes down to that. But then again, some other people say that it was a complete failure. Iran in 300 missiles is no joke. 300, not missiles, weapons, whatever,
Yeah.
is no joke. And they meant to, it was an embarrassment because less than 1% of the missiles got in. Although, by the way, most analysts say that it wasn't less than 1% that got in. But at the same time, all the Iranian government's claims are just crazy in Iran. They're saying that we killed 40 commanders and hundreds. So like it's like none of that is true either.
America
So
doesn't exist anymore.
pretty much. It's almost that level. Like Tel
The
Aviv,
continent.
no more. We overdid
From
it, guys. There
Canada
is no Tel Aviv anymore.
to
So
Argentina.
everybody, yeah, exactly. Everybody exaggerates. Yeah. And but it does seem to me that Iran did successfully indicate that like yeah, the war between them and Israel would be without American involvement would not be a real thing, really. So that's I don't know. I'm very biased.
I
What do
see.
you think?
No, I was just
You
gonna
read
go
the
back
same
to a
news.
comment. No, I mean, it wasn't very enjoyable kind of news. I mean, I like news that's enjoyable. And this wasn't very enjoyable, so I didn't sink my teeth into it, as they
I
say.
like
But
geopolitics.
you said yes, but this one, I mean, it wasn't. I do like geopolitics, but this one wasn't the funnest one because I mean,
Mm.
I guess thinking of the
Family
worst
involved.
case scenario and all that, you're just like. So I went back on CNBC and kind of looked at what they had on why Chipotle has failed in in Texas, but not in this other state. That's more that's more
More,
my
more.
kind of
At the moment, I'm
how
feeling more
Burger King doubled its revenue. Okay, I have to know. But
in
yeah,
1983.
tell me right now. I'm dying. Fast
I
forward to
need to
the
know. He added chairs with cushions.
oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
shit. Brilliant idea.
No, but I just want to go back. You said, there are not too many
Right.
polls and all these things in Iran
Too
going
many.
on.
I said there are none.
They're not. PBD would disagree with you. PBD, he
Yeah,
has a
PBT would
list
be.
of
There is
insight
some.
stats.
There is always some.
We'll get to he names all kinds of stats. At one point, I was
Oh,
unclear what his
Jesus.
messaging was. I was like, okay, so should we feel bad about Iran? What are you trying to say here? He gets
His
into
messaging,
like,
I mean,
but we'll get to
he's
that.
like, yeah, I think he's a natural, so I don't think he has a message. He's just jumping through hoops as he's going along. It's fantastic. It's unbelievable.
Listing random stuff.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah.
But yeah, okay,
But
so
yeah,
going
so
back to
what's your,
this and then yeah. Oh, you're gonna
yeah,
ask
well,
me a
any
question?
do you no yeah, just any do you think I do think in the like next year or so there probably is gonna be a war. I don't know, like a limited war maybe,
Listen,
but I do think it at this point it seems to me inevitable I mean, I don't know.
I
What do you
would
think?
say the fact that it was, yeah. Unfortunately, I think the fact that the attacks and the fighting didn't take place in Syria and Iraq, and actually the missiles and all this were, I mean, Israel of course does things to um Iran all the time and all this. But yeah, this one and Iran, yeah, this one did seem like a genuine escalation, a significant escalation of things that go on. So what you're saying right now, if you would have said this right before what happened a week ago, I was like, yeah, yeah, okay. Good for you. But now, unfortunately, I take what you're saying semi-seriously, and I think there could be, yeah, I agree with you.
Ah, interesting. I would add, I mean, like, it could, I mean, we'll see maybe in the next week everything will come
But
super
you can still
calm
claim
down.
that this was an escalation in things,
Oh, sure, sure.
a
I mean,
significant one,
I would say
perhaps even.
still though the biggest escalation was Israelis hitting Iranian consulate, but like nothing reached that level. Even
Yeah,
Iranians sending missiles, but that's my view.
perhaps.
But I mean, to be honest, I do think. What do you think? Do you think? I think if America, to be honest, is gonna keep any of its remaining power, which is limited, they're gonna have to cut off the this infectious sort of limb that is Israel at this point. Do you think they be able to or no? Because if they want to go to respond to China, or if they attack Iran, if Israel attacks Iran, they come jump in and save Israel.
I don't think they're jumping in anywhere.
But if Israel, there is a full-on war between Iran and Israel, don't you think they be politically forced to? That's the question. That's that when it push comes down to shove, do you think they will jump in or no? Do you think?
That would
Because
suck
if
for
they
them.
won't jump in, yeah, that would suck for them. That's the thing. But they have to make this decision at some point, like now or like.
Or you just wait for other people to be in charge.
Well, that's what they want to do, but Israel is not. Netanyahu is not letting it go.
Can you wait 15 years? I'm retiring soon. I mean, why now?
I mean, I want to focus on Taiwan. If you let me for one goddamn minute to just focus on Taiwan, please. But
I'm very
I mean,
close
they
to
are.
retirement. How about we visit this post 2040? Huh? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Circle back.
Well, they want to make peace before focusing on what's his name? Taiwan. They want to make peace between Israel and Arabs. But I don't know if that's it. Yeah, at this point, I don't know. After this genocide,
We shall see. But yeah, no, I don't really have a. Yeah. I mean, today's things were interesting. Yeah, I think there will be more. I mean, yeah. I think there will be more though. I think something else probably happen next few days. That'll be interesting if nothing else happens. And by today,
yeah,
we're
some people
Friday.
say.
Sorry, I'm saying this now. I mean, the video will probably up in 2 days.
Sure,
But
sure.
yeah,
No, yeah, it's probably gonna be
Friday evening,
may
Sam is still alive. Whoa, but some your camera was shaking there for a bit. I thought maybe you got hit. Oh,
I
are
don't
you
know.
under a
My
cat attack from your
no,
grandma's
I
house?
my
Oh,
my feet hitting the table
oh,
in which camera is.
that looked like
It's
an earthquake. Those
but
warships are getting close to
my
you.
feet are very strong. Yeah, I mean, some people are saying maybe Israel does something after Passover, but we'll see. But yeah, uh, I do. I mean, to in one case, if Americans do kind of leave, I kind of hope there is a war
Whoa, whoa,
because
whoa.
that would be fun, man.
Well, I'm in Switzerland. I hope everybody knows this is apparently it's a neutral place. Nothing's supposed to happen to you unless it's something good. So
I
that's
mean,
just
they keep a lot of Israeli money. If anybody's listening, they keep a lot of Israeli money. I think some of their banks are legitimate targets.
Listen.
I don't
Everybody
know.
knows in Switzerland only good things are supposed to happen to you. Okay, that's it.
Sure, sure, yeah.
The
I
guarantee
mean,
that's handed to you. It's like
I mean, except the all the yeah, let's leave it. But yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens. Who knows?
But should we transition? I mean,
I mean, let's.
this
By
to
the
the
way,
world's
it's
dumbest
perfect.
comment or not, or no?
No, no, no. Wait, before you transition, no, I want to Yeah, that's actually a good place. Let's go there and then we transition to that. But I would say Americans have a personal reason to want to pivot to Taiwan. As we will discuss later, Biden has a personal beef with in that Pacific region area. He
Mhm.
needs to go. His family members were involved in certain incidents.
That's true. So before, I think we need to set up this clip because I think it starts immediately with the good part. So it's not like we can let Bri and Robbie kind of explain what's going on. So Megyn Kelly and Glenn Greenwald had a debate or something apparently this year. If I don't believe it, Megyn Kelly sounds like it's like 25 years ago what she's saying or 20 years ago. But yeah, the level of stupidity. And I think Glenn really generalizes, but I mean, you were telling me that perhaps not, and I was mistaken. Anyway, let's hear this clip. So Megyn Kelly and Glenn Greenwald talk about the headline of the video is Megyn Kelly and Glenn Greenwald go at it over US support of Israel, anti-American question mark. This, of course, just a little snippet of it from The Hill. So I'm just going to press play right now, and it's a very short clip.
Megyn Kelly and Glenn Greenwald had a debate about the U.S.'s role in the Middle East and how our support for Israel affects the region. Let's watch some of that.
All right, but
No
let
one
me
was
ask you about that
saying.
one. I get that,
Go,
and
okay.
I cede that point, but I also feel like, Glenn, they hate us. They hate, like the Iranian, not the Iranian people, but like the leaders over in Iran. They're going to hate us less if we don't back Israel. I don't buy it. Hell no. They hate us because of our principles, because of our constitution, because of the way we live, because women walk around in tank tops. We could go down the list, but it's not going to go away if we stop supporting Israel.
So before we listen to what Glenn says, actually I forgot. I don't think the tank top thing is the stupidest thing. It's the Constitution. Who the hell would care about such a thing? Like these, yeah, the Constitution that
Well, that's
really
where
is getting
that's
under my skin. No, no, no. I'm really drawing a line here. That has to be the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Although Megyn Kelly, I guess it's not 20 years ago, she kind of corrected herself by framing being like, not the people, but the government. But then after that, so I guess she did learn something over the past 20 years about nuancing your position. But oh my God, the tank top thing. I mean, I guess Iranian government hates Russia as well, right? And China, because I think they do wear tank tops there as well, or maybe they don't. I've never been, but I'm pretty
no,
sure they do.
not in China. But
In
I
China,
would
they don't?
add,
Are you sure?
yeah, 100%. I checked
You
every
check,
Chinese person.
you check.
I called every Chinese person. They said
But
no,
what they don't,
no tank top. I asked, "Do you wear tank top?" And they said, "No, no tank top."
But that has to
I
be
would
the
add,
stupid. I mean, Jesus
the
Christ, she's so.
Constitution comment makes
Come
sense.
on.
Constitution is where their principles are, and those principles are the reason why they're wearing tank tops. And again, you keep saying this stuff in before the show as well. I agree with her. I fucking hate their tank tops, man.
Yeah.
And everything else they wear usually. So I completely agree with Megyn Kelly on this one. I'm with her. Fuck their tank tops. Fuck the sweatpants, especially shorty shorts. You shouldn't be allowed to wear shorty shorts in public. I think,
I mean, listen, now that you say that, you have a point. I hate people who wear like sandals, not slippers, but sandals. So I guess maybe
yeah.
I was in a position of authority. I would go after a country
Where
because
do you?
people, and in
Yeah,
Canada, they wear a lot. Canada, they love,
yeah,
they
yeah.
still do. To this day, a few years ago, I was like, guys, we're like halfway
No,
past
no.
the 21st century. Do you not want to leave these sandals back in the 90s? But no,
I
they're
would.
persistent.
I mean, I think the question really is, what is your? Would you advocate capital punishment for people who wear socks with sandals or not? That is the
I mean,
question.
that's just another level. I don't think the judiciary system is equipped to handle
That's
the tools are not there. The
that's
judge is like, my
too
hands are
simple for me.
tied. And look, there's nothing I can do here. Maybe a fine, but unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, tank tops, sandals, wife beaters. What else? What else are we anti here?
But
Yeah,
yeah, let's listen to Glenn's response, which is also very
yeah,
short, which it's not
it's
equally
okay.
stupid, but a very also old school.
Yeah,
I'm
response.
starting to channel my Matt Taibbi as we get closer to this video. Very old school generalization and kind of a few talking points put together, I would say.
Megyn, this was the debate about 9/11. Like, why did they hate
That is
us?
true.
Why did they attack us? And the neocon narrative was, oh, they hate us for our freedoms. And bin Laden repeatedly said, there was that letter that recirculated that was banned from TikTok. We are angry at America because they are constantly insinuating themselves into our region. They imposed a sanctions regime on Iraq that killed hundreds of thousands of Iraqi children. They put troops on Saudi soil. The reason Iran hates us, and I'm not justifying it at all, but I think it's very important to have an open eyes about your own country, is that in 1954, we overthrew their democratically elected government, the CIA did, and we imposed
53.
on them for the next 25 years.
So I thought that was a pretty good
Tell me what you think about that whole those 5
I,
seconds.
that's bullshit. That's the most. I mean, we talked about this before, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean off air.
yeah, no, on air too. I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
I've
on
said
air,
it.
we've probably talked about everything there is to talk about. So, I mean,
Yeah,
if
it's true.
that's
Yeah,
your criteria, there's
if
nothing to
that's
say.
true, let's
Call
let's
it a
turn this
day.
off right now. But no, I mean, this Mossad, it's a liberal sort of thing that the American and it all comes from one book by some American CIA agent, basically. Who, what was the book called? All the Shah's Men. I think is the book called. Google it. Zelensky, I think he's called Zelensky, something like that. But he wrote this book, and it's like this liberal notion that yeah, Iranians became bitter with America because of 1953 coup d'etat, and that was, I'm sure some Iranians weren't happy about that. A lot of Iranians weren't happy about that. But I mean, that's like for nobody knows,
But
man. Most people don't even know who's Mossadegh in Iran. Most people,
I mean,
don't know. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
let's just go back to the government, like Megyn Kelly pointed out. But the current Iranian government isn't even like part of the lineage.
They hate
Like to
Mossadegh.
that, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, right?
they hate Mossadegh.
It's not like, someone that it's not one of, not part of their crew and gang from back in the day. So yeah, exactly. Why would they still hold a grudge about this? If it was like the exact lineage of that, then I would understand, or at least you would have to portray that you're pissed off about that at the very least. But it's not even like a direct lineage. It's so many steps removed, and it was a step in a totally different direction, different kind of person, and all this came after. So
It's, people need good guys and bad guys. That's one thing. And geopolitical rivalries are just too complicated and too volatile. Like the people who did the coup d'etat, by the way, were the people who are in charge, right? Are the people who are in charge right now in Iran. Same like Ayatollah Khashoggi, the guy who was the role model for the revolutionary leaders. So it's just, yeah. I mean, but it is true that Iranians don't hate.
again,
I mean,
say that again. Sorry, go
except,
back.
yeah, sorry, a key player in the coup d'etat was
Of the
Khashoggi,
53
Ayatollah.
one.
53 coup d'etat. It was
So someone
Khashoggi,
who
who's a,
performed the coup d'etat. Yeah, I mean, I guess
yeah,
yeah,
he
that's what I mean.
played a role. He
Yeah.
he was the key liaison between Americans and Iranian forces who actually the what do you call them, the thugs, the the people with muscle that go on the street and actually perform the coup. So he was the guy, one of the key guys between them, Ayatollah Khashoggi, and he's a key figure and a key role model for the regime. Half of the Tehran is named after him. They love him. And so it is, I mean, this liberal narrative of 1953, blah, blah, blah. Like it's a very, and I'm sure Glenn has been told that by Iranian liberals because they love Mossadegh. I mean, if you look, Trita Parsi's room has Mossadegh's picture back there, even though it's from a Times magazine that is basically calling him a madman. But, they love him because I mean I like Mossadegh too, but I love him for like they have created a myth of Mossadegh as this liberal nationalistic thing, which is, I mean, not really true. He was pretty much an aristocrat. was trying to take the vote from the masses. Like, he was complete dick, by the way, in person, like a complete arrogant sort of, he thought because he's of royal blood, he's genuinely like better than everybody. Like, it's not a, like, they create these stories, but compared to this tank top comment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
compared to the tank top.
Yes.
Like, well, Jesus Christ, man. And I think the Constitution made me laugh even more. I mean,
No.
people are petty, but the Constitution is what
Yesterday I
really
was
good. I don't care about geopolitics and
nomad.
money and power. I'm all about that Constitution from back in the day. That's what I care about.
I mean, you say that, but I don't know if you heard the operation against Israel was called attacking American Constitution and the tank top wearing nation of Israel. That was the official name for the. I mean, you think Iranian elites don't care about this, but they do, man.
I
They
mean,
do.
you do this day in, day out for a living. I mean, do you not get bored saying the same thing? Like, Jesus Christ, we're 24 years removed from what Glenn pointed out. Or, yeah, 23.
Mm,
Jesus Christ. What happened to Glenn's studio, by the way? Is he traveling or?
probably. I assume. Is he still on Rumble? Is he getting to Rumble?
Rumble has changed the world.
Freedom of speech, man.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Very important. Twitter files.
And
Can you focus on less important things as a journalist? It's like if you close your eyes and point at something, you might fall on a more important like
I
topic.
don't know. There are like journalists that cover Reddit and 4chan, so I suppose that's
Hey.
less.
Don't joke about Reddit. Now Reddit is where,
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Reddit
is where the
yeah.
real people are.
I see. But yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Did you enjoy this video overall?
I mean, I can't remember what the two chaps said after this, but
No, me neither. Why do you think Iranians hate Americans? The elite, of course. What is your theory?
I think it's about the food. It's the fact that they that they eat
That makes sense.
burgers. Yeah.
No, burgers they like. I
Oh,
think
the
it's about
burgers
the
they like.
fact that Chinese restaurants in LA are successful. I think that's
That's
the
why exactly. Sorry, that's what I meant.
yeah. We are and Mexican
Too many
food,
Chipotle franchises.
yeah, exactly. Spicy food. As you know, Iranians are plain eaters. They don't like this spicy shit. So yeah, I
Too
don't know. I
funny.
think. I mean, there are many theories out there. Tank tops, Constitution,
Thanks.
Chipotle. We'll figure it out one day.
The Constitution one honestly killed me more than the tank top. Because the tank top thing was like at least so generic and cliche. The Constitution
I
thing was just so
said,
like,
they hate us because of our Supreme Court judge. Who's that?
The dog parks. That's the prime reason. The dog parks.
The treasury secretary. They hate us because of the treasury secretary. What did I do?
Too funny.
Yeah. But most importantly, Camille, as always, most importantly.
No, I'm going to disagree with that. She pisses me off so much that I 100% disagree with what's going to come out of your mouth.
Most importantly, she's open to dialogue and she supports freedom of speech.
Okay.
What did you think I'm gonna say?
I thought you were gonna go down the looks lane, and I was like, no.
She's hot. She's super.
No.
Oh
She's
my
so
God!
annoying that it's impossible.
You have such a bad taste.
No. And even her hair is stupid. She literally is stuck in 2002. Did somebody like that?
Yeah, I agree with that. No, but when she has it short, it's really nice. I think.
When? No, it's different. When she says different stuff. When she makes different comments.
choices.
Yeah.
No, I always talk about freedom of speech. You are the
Oh, sorry.
dirty-minded.
Sorry. I thought we were going down that road.
No, never. Yeah. So what
And
do we have?
okay, here, anything you want to touch upon here? I mean,
Oh,
I don't know
man, zoom
what.
in. Piers Morgan is having the time of like, I mean, Palestinian people are crushed, but his channel is doing better than
Look at these
ever.
views. How can you even
Yeah.
get this many views in 2 days?
Man, zoom in on the videos. Zoom in on the videos. I want to show you. I saw that thumbnail go there. I saw Reza Pahlavi, Cenk Uygur in the same video. I was like, okay, this is gonna be so much fun. Two fat Middle Easterners who are like on their sun in America have become so red. You can't tell the difference between them and tomato. Gonna go at each other. But sadly, it's like an interview with Reza Pahlavi and then like a debate with Cenk and some other assholes.
Oh,
So, but yeah, he's doing great. I love Pierce.
man, look at these fucking views. Oh, wow, his channel's
Oh.
so weird that this didn't do that well. But yeah, on Israel Palestine, he's just crushing it.
Oh yeah. He did another, I don't think we talked about that. He did another Norm Finkelstein, Alan Dershowitz, and this time Norm destroyed him like much more concretely, I would say.
Man, Norm is just out there killing the game.
Yeah. Well, man, Pierce, let's play some of PBD though, because PBD is just the best at just everything.
Yeah. Let's play it in 1
Finish
second.
on a high note.
Let's play it in 1 sec. Alrighty, Sam. So what should I do? Should I play the clip from the beginning? I mean, they get right into it, so I mean, you can just
Yeah, I
listen
think
to
you
the
can play
beginning.
the beginning. I think you can play a bit from minute 7 as well.
Okay, so I'll just skip the 1 second here. Just the highlights, and let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're the president.
David, Patrick, great to see you. And I thought about you in the last few days, the moment that Iran launched this barrage of missiles into Israel, unprecedented. They've never done something like that before. You obviously have your Iranian heritage. What do you make of this?
You know, first of all, it's great to be back on with you. But when I see the videos, I have a few different feelings. One, when I see the lights, it reminds me of what it was like when I lived in Iran during that 10, 11-year period from 1978 to 1989 when we left, and that was the thick of things. When I lived in Iran and, you know, Iraq, Saddam Hussein, they're fighting. So I can only imagine the kids, what they're going through, the fears, the lights, it messes with you a little bit. Having said that, the question I ask myself is, did Iran actually think that they were going to cause any kind of damage? Because they know the dome was going to defend it. It's not like they knew it was going to go through. Some numbers that went through wasn't even a big number that was able to make it through. We've seen the numbers. You've seen it, 170 drones, 30 missiles, 120 ballistic missiles, not really any much of damage, around $1.2 billion of damage to protect it. So was it more of a similar reaction they had with Qasem Soleimani when Trump took him out to say, we attacked you and we got back to you to look good in front of the Iranian folks? But I don't know. I don't think they thought they were going to make any kind of an attack. I think it was just a show for them to look strong in front of their own people. I wasn't impressed by it.
How malevolent is this Iranian regime? I mean, if you speak to a lot of people now, they think that Iran's tentacles are everywhere. You know, they're with Hamas, they're with the Houthis in Yemen, they're with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and so on.
They're with my wife.
That it's all part of a concerted effort, not just to take down Israel, but also to drag America into potential.
You know, it pisses me off so much. I really hate these like kind of childish, like humanizing or personification of like government actions, you know, or like they're really bad people, right? Like this kind of lens of looking at politics and news and stuff. I just hate it so much. It's just so stupid and childish and annoying.
Maybe you would feel differently if they slept with your wife too.
It's
personal for Piers.
Yeah, I guess. I just hate it. It's just
actually a much wider conflict. Do you buy into that?
So then we have to ask the question, who do you believe is a better chess player? Is it Iran? Is it Israel? Is it US? Is it Russia? Is it China? Who's the one behind Iran? Who's Iran calling saying, what do you think? Should we do this?
I love this.
Did they call China? Did they call Russia? Who are they talking to? Are they talking to Erdogan? Erdogan said it's time to send Netanyahu in hell. I mean, there's a lot of different things that's going on that you got to know who's talking to. But for me, if Iran was doing...
Why does he suddenly go into that messaging and assumption that you know, like, why does he downplay Iran in that way, that they would have to, like... No, he does. He makes him seem like a
genuine,
like a puppet.
I don't know how, but he has like the most Iranian brain out of every Iranian that hasn't been in Iran. Like, he's the most Iranian. No, Saviju, listen, baby. Who's behind that? No, look at the game from a perspective above. Saviju, you see Piers John, sorry, Piers. Look from a perspective above. Who's behind the Akhuns? Huh? Maybe it's the guys who are ordering it. Is it Chinese?
At some point, there's no behind. At some point,
no, but then he goes, who's behind them? Who's behind the people who are
nobody? That's it. You've covered the planet. You've covered the globe.
The chain of command is crazy. Like,
the chain of command ends there. Once you've named every planet, every country on planet Earth, that's it. Unless we're bringing...
How do you know alien forces?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you can name planets. You can name planets. Planet Mars might be behind China. You never notice. And Illuminati might be. It's just he's so good. I don't think he was downplaying Iran. He was just, that's how he thinks.
Yeah.
Listen about him talking about American actions. Who's behind them? Who's behind those decisions? There's always somebody.
There's no one left, okay? You've literally covered the entire globe.
To show strength, okay, but now you gave the green light for Netanyahu to light you up at whatever levels they can. And by the way, let's just say Israel says, this is Netanyahu, he does a press conference. Hey, guess what? We're going to match exactly what you sent our way. If you send 170 drones, we're sending 170 back your way. You send 120 ballistic missiles, we're sending that back your way. You send 30 missiles, we're sending that back your way. And let's see what kind of damage it does. Iran doesn't have a dome, so what's going to happen to them? So do they want that to get the attack to come back to be at a larger scale? Nobody knows. You have to think about...
Is he just thinking out loud? Like, you're so-called analyst here that's come on. You should have done your thinking. This is not like a brainstorming meeting. He's like, I'm just thinking out loud, Piers. Let me just throw a few ideas. No, this is not a brainstorming meeting or something. Do your thinking out loud in your own time.
I mean,
and then come here and present your views.
This type of thing gets the views, though. If you have some idiot like him clearly being able to say, so the 170 drones and 30 missiles, we're gonna send exactly that back, and then we're gonna decide to maybe hit a nuclear facility, and then this is what gets the views, man.
Yeah, no, true. Next time, you know what, Patrick? Come on 10 minutes later. Just think first and then come on. Yeah, it's not that. Warm up and train and then show up to the game. Yeah, he's running like drills during the game.
This from the mindset of a strategist and what the real motive is. I don't know if Iran is showing strategy. I understand motive, seeing strong, showing strength in front of your guys, in front of your people, but I just don't see the strategy behind it. I think right now Netanyahu and his camp can sit there and say, we have green light to do whatever we want to do. They just made it easy for us.
I mean, it's interesting to me because I have watched this and think that what Iran did was a massive strategic error, because right at the moment that their enemy, Israel, was really on the ropes, I would say, in terms of global public opinion over the execution of the war against Hamas and all the civilian casualties that have been occurring in Gaza, right when Israel's getting very, very unpopular on the global stage, Iran do something that then brings people back into the Israel fold. And I was very struck by the fact that Saudis were strong.
I was going to pause too and just say he made a half-decent point. I'll pass it on to you because we're really quick. He made a half-decent point, except he skipped over a full event, which is what happened
I
in Syria
disagree,
and
to
the
be honest.
consulate. But yeah, tell me.
I disagree, and I would say what you just said kind of disproves your own point. Because, man, that's been the narrative mostly because media is controlled by liberals in every country. So Iranians, that's been on BBC. You know, Iran with this attack, they changed the narrative. Israel was under pressure, even from US. I mean, who gives a shit about like what Joe Biden gave them a stern letter or gave them like none of it matters, and I mean none of it. For 7 months they've been committing pretty much anything they've been doing, and everybody, oh, we are very upset with them. We are very upset with them. I mean, nobody gives a shit. Like none of that
Listen,
matters.
fair
So,
enough.
and then
It's not that it
wait,
doesn't matter at all. It
Let me.
still
No,
matters
no,
a
it
bit, though.
matters.
I would
No, no, no.
disagree. It does
Let me
matter
finish.
a bit.
Let me finish, because you yourself said Piers Morgan doesn't mention the fact that the full event, the fact that there was an attack on the consulate first, right? That's what always happens with Israel. Like majority of media is always gonna ignore the fact that Israel started the fight, and they're gonna like even if Iran didn't attack, we would still be having the same discussions. And oh, maybe for 2 more days, Israel would have been criticized for killing 7 aid workers. I mean, whoa, wow, what a big difference. I'm sorry, but I would say it's as close to zero of not mattering as there can some action be. Like something that you move your mouth and it is still like, you know what I mean? Like as far as actual actions with zero effect go, this is as close as you can get to it, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, no, I would just not downplay it as much, the bad publicity, but you're
But they're
absolutely
gonna,
your one thing that you said though kind of struck. You're like, this has been going on for 7 months, and so what? You forget that this has actually been going on for 7 months or so. So that kind of brought me a bit closer to your point. So that is true. Although I would say they did take a bit of an international kind of hit among public opinion and media and all this. And not that it's the end of all, because as you point out, they've been doing it for 7 months. And so what? What has happened? Nothing. I would just, yeah, I guess I would just perhaps give it a bit more weight than you did there, but
I don't know. I feel like media personnel and all these people want to justify their own constant bleating without doing anything actual about anything, you know. So they constantly talk about, oh, perception in media, oh, public opinion. There is no opinion of public. Like all of this is nonsense. So I don't know.
yeah, I wouldn't go as far, but
Justification.
Straight in to help them, that Jordan was straight in to help them, the UK, France, America, obviously. There was a sudden coalition, a rush to support Israel over something which everyone could see for what it was, which was an unprecedented and horrific attempt to attack them. You know, it struck me as just bad strategy, bad politics. Why do that at a moment when your enemy is actually getting more and more isolated?
yeah, so I mean, he got
Well,
completely
our
stupid
banks
there
accounts
as you
are
continue,
yeah, you see, our banks accounts are frozen, but they're isolated. How are they isolated exactly? What one person in one
Yeah,
newspaper wrote, maybe Israelis should be nicer.
yeah, no,
Very
no,
isolated.
fair enough, fair enough.
No, I don't know, man. I would
You
add
asked the
that.
right question. And for me,
No.
I go back to being the paranoid, skeptical strategist, thinking who's calling them, who's in their ears to do the attack, what for, what is the motive, because Hamas on the other end is not willing to negotiate with Netanyahu and release the hostages. So, okay, you got all these proxies that you have that's doing pretty much, you're the biggest importer of terrorism. Iran, everybody knows that. You're number one. Your misery index in Iran is 61%. It's double what it was 6 years ago. It's not like your people are happy. For people that don't know what the misery index is, it's unemployment and inflation combined. Unemployment's over 10%. Inflation is 43%. The Western Lorestan province, the misery index is 69.5% because of the water shortage that they have. And then on the corruption index, Iran keeps going higher. I think they're ranked 148 or 149 out of 180. The global average is 43. Their score is
I don't understand what this point has to do with anything, even if you were to take him at at face value, is he kind of like saying, oh, like, I mean, I don't know, is he giving like tips to the Iranian government? I don't
No,
get
he's
it.
saying
Like,
people are upset because of other issues, I guess,
yeah,
not because of Israel. I don't know. But by the way, did you hear about
it
there
just
is
seems like
almost
so besides the point. I don't know.
no, I mean I agree, but that's like that's his trick. You know, he keeps talking about random numbers that have nothing to do with anything, and you're just fooled into buying a car. But yeah, did you hear in Jordan there might be a coup d'etat or something? Man,
No.
Jordanian people are pissed off because you know they shut down the Iranian stuff. There's this hashtag going around, where is the army? All that. You only come in defense of Israel, all that stuff. Fun stuff.
No, I didn't hear that.
24. Even the Middle East averages 33, 34. Africa's averages 32. They're the lowest under Northern Africa or Middle East. So Iran is not really, they don't have the best argument right now around the world. They have to be concerned about what could happen right now with their country. They're very unhappy
That's why
living in
he's
Iran. 6,500 doctors left Iran in 2022. Business
6,500 doctors is nothing. I don't know what he's.
No, that's a lot, man.
That's nothing, man.
That's a
6,500.
lot.
Really, 6,500 doctors
Yeah.
leaving
For
your
a country
country is
that
a
has
lot.
yeah, and it's been a big
For
issue in Iran.
75
No, he's right
million.
about these stuff.
No, I know he's right about these things, but like 65,
When-
I'm pretty sure any
yeah, when you have
country you
doctor
find,
hostage.
there are like a
And man,
shitload of doctors
no
who
man,
leave though.
I looked into these numbers. I guarantee it's a huge issue because all the doctors that are going as specialists, it takes more than 10 years to train as specialists. It costs pretty much $100,000
Yeah, but I'm just
a
saying it's
year
not
to
very
train them.
unique to
It's
Iran.
not. No, it's not unique. No. It's unique to Iran, India, and Nigeria because these are the countries targeted by U.S. Immigration Office right now. And they give a special, especially India is uniquely targeted by immigration from UK, US.
You need doctors,
So
that
yeah,
is true.
no. But doctors, especially specialists, are not even like I think we have about 200,000 doctors in Iran, a population of 90
Stop.
almost
No,
now,
that's
80 something.
impossible.
Google it.
Really. I don't
It's
trust Google.
No, but 100% it's less than 300,000. I'm 100% sure about
Wow.
that. Active, because you need active doctors, working age, and then you have a specialist, and then you have blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, I
physicians.
would believe with what you're saying anyway,
Good
but yeah.
physicians. But yeah, but it's not that much. But anyway, I'll check if
Yeah,
I
but
can
I'll
find it.
believe
I'll
you.
send it.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
About
That's it.
134. So much less than.
With
But
all these
that's
people who go to university and everything.
yeah, man, because they all want to do architecture and liberal art history and politics, like my ass. So you know, I'm not like saying I'm different.
Like, I mean, if you can understand, but
nobody
look at
wants to-
this. But I guess it's compared to
And
the
it's very-
global average, is just below.
Yeah.
You
It's not
has a lot.
uniquely. It's not uniquely bad. You're right, but
Oh, Iran
it's an
International
issue.
brought it down to 9. According to Iran
Oh yeah,
International,
Iran
-2.
three doctors left in all of Iran. 3.
But yeah, a bit more.
owners, educated young men who go to school and learn about what's really going on with Iran, they're leaving in the droves. They're not staying there. Iran's not making babies like they did before. There's so many different indexes that we can look at on what Iran's going through. They have to really be making a better argument for their own people. Because the more unhappy their people are going to be, revolutions around the corner, for them to think that is not a possibility, it just tells me they're very arrogant.
Well, it's very interesting you say that. I spoke to the Crown Prince yesterday, and he was saying that he believes the regime has reached the point of proper accountability.
Former Crown Prince, he can go fuck himself. Dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen.
I mean, not the dumbest, but possibly the most disgusting. But yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
But
He's
yeah,
making
I
good
guess
money.
PBD make me feel bad for Iran. I guess I don't know. That was
yeah, sure.
that was the message. But no, wait, he said something here. I just wanted to comment on. Hold on one second.
Which part? They don't,
Wait.
they're not as smart or?
Because the more unhappy their people are, they have to really be making a better argument for indexes that we can look at on what Iran's going through. They have to really be making a better argument for their own people. Because the more unhappy their people are going to be, revolutions around the corner, for them to think that is not a possibility,
Yeah, never mind. But yeah, I guess PBD's message, I don't know, feel bad.
His message is just, there are many possibilities out there, and any of them could be true. Just watch my podcast. That's his message. Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're the 7-minute mark here. Do you want me to continue or?
No, that's about it. I just love the parts where he keeps going after, different data and misery index, and how do you know all this?
Yeah, and of course people would push him back on the reasons and all that, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole.
No, you shouldn't.
Sanctions
He's
and all
right. Why would you push back against him? He's right about everything. He's so funny, man. I love him. Truly.
But yeah. But okay, so before we move on to other stories and all that, any final comments on your side? Or I guess you're still safe, right? You look like you're still safe there.
No. It's awful. It's very unsafe, actually. Do you have any? How much extra money do you have in your bank account? Because if you could send me some money, I need some money to get out of Iran.
Oh, I see. Take one of those warships.
If you could, anybody who's watching us, I am Iranian trying to get out of the war zone. Camille will edit my card number and you can PayPal it to me, please.
Yeah, we never get that sympathy for some reason.
No, we never. Nobody invites us to talk about. Nobody like Piers Morgan is like, yeah, you have Iranian heritage. Let's bring you in. You were in Iran 20 years ago.
Oh, it's too funny. Yeah, it was too funny. But okay, all right. Let's go and come back. Alrighty, Sam. Let's resume the party and the main reason we're all here, you're here, I am here, which is to talk a bit about Cornel West. And who knew? Before I used to hate on Sagar, now, no, we're best friends. And my friend Sagar has tried to get Cornel on the show 12 times, I believe he said. We'll see if my memory is correct here. And no, Cornel refused to go on Sagar's show, so very disappointing.
Refusing to answer tough questions about his previous marriages.
So Cornel, how many women have you banged over the past week?
Do you feel obligated if you bang somebody to marry them immediately, or is it okay to wait a week? What is your policy exactly? How young people want to know?
How many times have you cheated on, hear me out, on your last wife? Not all your wives, the last.
No, you're not looking for a, a cumulative number. We are looking for a specific.
Within the time frame, September 2022 and
how many
August 23.
do you have right now? How many places are you renting currently? Yes.
All right.
But yeah, he cannot stop embarrassing himself. This famously ridiculous looking and ridiculous speaking man. The sex machine.
The one and only.
The sex machine. Cornel Sex Machine West.
The deep intellectual brother. Or is your mother? Or is your sister? Oh, a young Cornel getting girls from day one.
You think so? I don't know. I think back then it was harder for him. Now he's doing good business now. I don't know. Back then he would have been some nerdy.
He spotted someone. He's like, you.
Oh yeah, he's just spotted.
See you at the networking cocktail after the conference.
Do you have my number?
Yeah.
Save it under Daddy-O.
So it's just so satisfying seeing just
I know,
everybody,
right?
not Sagar, but like someone who, you know,
Oh, I
logically
mean,
thinking should be, you know, fond of him, but he's just like, I just can't.
no, I just love Ryan Graham or Briahna Greyjoy every time. They're like, obviously, I have a lot of respect for Cornel West and what he has done for the last 20 years,
Having said
referring to a
that,
bunch of books and basically a bunch of his speeches of him going, brothers and sisters, the black folk and the white folk, and all that nonsense. So we have a lot of respect for that nonsense, but this crap is just crossing the line. This is just bullshit. So I do enjoy that a lot. He's pathetic. Did you hear he's basically got a potentially new target after leaving the Green Party and Jill Stein managing to survive his advances. This is our theory. This is the theory we have on this channel, that Jill Stein was under threat from Cornel West's, sexual or marital advances, whatever. And now he's got a new target. His VP, who's a lady who also professor from Black Lives Matter. She seems to be trying to match him in the level of psychoness. So she's really going for it. She's really going for it. Yeah, country music is racist or something. I don't know. Something along those lines. But play, especially the end, I think, yeah, as you said, is fascinating when Sagar bitches about Cornel's campaign. I would say that he says that we invited them and we haven't heard back from Cornel's campaign team. There is no team or campaign, man. You got to call him and you got to pick it up. There is no voicemail or anything. He has to pick up himself. Even if his wife, Anahita, I think she's angry right now. I don't know if she will pass on a message. So I'm just saying it's not an on purpose situation.
Poor guy. Or poor guy or lucky guy. Living the high school life in perpetuity. Okay, this is
lucky
Cornel West. Ryan, I'm really curious for your thoughts here on this one. Let's go ahead and put
Telling
this up
people
there
I was in the
on
Matrix.
the screen. Cornel
just
West.
the joy in people's face and voice when they talk about Cornel. They just light up. His grandpa could have passed away right now, but you hear Cornel, you just forget about everything, you know. Just a little bit of joy in life.
The independent candidate has chosen Black Lives Matter activist Melina Abdullah as his vice president. The independent candidate says he needs a VP pick to gain access to the ballot. This actually explains also why RFK Jr. announced his VP pick so early. There's some contestation right now whether he actually qualified for the Arizona ballot or not, because he didn't have his VP listed whenever he made his petition. So that's why the two of them are announcing their VP candidates much earlier than everybody else. But what's your immediate reaction to Cornel West choosing a BLM activist here?
Cornel West said he wants to run with somebody who brings him.
The way Sagar leans in, he's enjoying the same thing we are, that Ryan and other people who are forced into defending this idiot, because he's like, did you see the way? I mean, go back a few seconds. You see the way he leans. He's almost goes into Ryan's face. So, what do you feel about this? Huh? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, like he's been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, it's good.
To Cornel West
Cut
choosing
into
a BLM
right
activist
now.
here.
Cornel West said.
That was a good observation. That is kind of funny here.
Cornel West choosing a BLM activist here.
He's like, Ryan, you might be working for me right now, but I'm willing to lose money just to embarrass you over this. It's worth it.
I'm willing to risk a punch, Ryan. How do you feel about this bitch ass loser? Still running. Do you still respect him? Huh? Do you respect
Cornel West said he wants to run with somebody who brings him joy, and then he feels proud of. Obviously, this is not he's not placating any kind of. He's not triangulating. He's leaning completely in.
Right.
He's as he said it. He's running for Genius, Melina is running for Allah. So
Wow.
you kind of a Christian social justice
So
warrior
there's gonna
and a
be
Muslim
a
social
religious
justice warrior
war
on the ticket together. Melina was basically an original founder of BLM, like this. So as you know, it began with kind of a hashtag on Facebook, and that really took off.
Do you think when he says she brings him joy, he's talking about the hand jobs?
I think so. It's the only logical explanation. Yeah.
She brings me joy every day, like in the afternoon, during the daylight. It's unbelievable.
And then the organizers captured that energy, got together in a room, and decided, you know, how they were going to, you know, take that energy and move it forward. And Melina was among those people, and she's kind of been an elder in that space, as you know, a lot of the original BLM founders were, you know.
Yes. Their elder turned out to be a pervert. I mean, he's not a pervert, or anything, but it's still.
Yeah.
Teens,
Dumbass.
20s,
Yes.
30s. She's a more kind of accomplished professor. You know, like any kind of radical leftist in this country, who hasn't scrubbed her Twitter feed, you're going to find all sorts of stuff.
So let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Let's go and put some.
Okay, Ryan, just shut the fuck up. Let's go to this montage I personally put together. I didn't even trust the producers, editors. I was up all night. This is my.
These up there on the screen from Miss Abdullah. We have, why do I feel like it's slightly racist to be a Taylor Swift fan?
And this one got some traction in real time.
Sorry. Correct. What does it mean to be a slightly racist, and what does it to mean be fully racist? I like to know, like, a slightly racist. You know, I don't let Asians drive, but I let them marry my daughter. So, you know, I'm a slightly racist.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Actually, it was literally only 2 months ago. This isn't some old tweet that we're looking at here. Let's continue to play some of the greatest hits. The American flag symbolizes the genocide of indigenous people, the theft of their land, the enslavement of dehumanization, exploitation of black people, and settler colonialism. Critique around Beyonce's artistic choice is important and healthy, not hate. Hashtag Cowboy Carter. As Ben Jacobs, the political reporter, notes, is this our first anti-American flag candidate? Let's go to the next one here as well. Says these are some older ones, but none is older than July of 2019. On Pete Buttigieg apparently saying the word Niger, she says nobody white should ever refer to the nation of Niger. Period. Misspelled. Period. Does anybody else resent that COVID-19 has made it acceptable for old white men to hijack black culture and give each other a dap and fist bump? Wait, Ryan, that's us. We fist bump each other.
Man, honestly though, I can't like.
I'm
guessing these are real. Huh?
He got Ryan there. He said we fist bump
Yeah, I know. I love the touches. But honest to God, I have a hard feeling. I'm having a hard time believing that someone could say these two tweets in all seriousness. I mean, I guess but the one about nobody white should ever refer to nation of Niger, and this one about the COVID-19 and fist bumping. Like, is this a joke? Like, is this person?
No, man, it is increasingly, as we see, stupidity is rewarded. So people tend to put it out because she was originally, for these tweets, probably rewarded by the audience she had, I assume. Yeah. Oh, you are so deep. I never thought about it, but fist bumps do reinforce the negative stereotypes that we have, that black people are all criminals, and this is leading to racism in the long term.
Man,
okay.
How many followers does this fucking dumb fuck have?
Not many. I mean, she's Cornel West.
I hope so. Please, for love of God, don't be too many. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, she only has 39,000 followers. You know, for like a political American figure like her, that's peanuts.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody else, so for somebody else in some other situation, it could be a lot. But someone like her, or like a lot of people, for someone like her to be a political figure during those times, being followed by people like Briahna, Joe Gray, and all these democracy now following you. So I guess you're somebody at some point to have this man. Oh,
Is it Cornel?
jumping fences now? What's going on here,
Yeah.
Cornel? Well, buddy, let's take it easy.
Cornel, what are you doing? You stop. What the? Cornel, don't do it.
I don't want you to get hurt. I mean, we joke around a lot here, but
Cornel, think about the 6 families you live behind.
Yeah, seriously. All your wives are waiting for you at home. Like, just take it easy, eh? Jesus, concerned here.
Did you see the way he was looking into the camera as he was jumping over the? He's the first time he's seen a camera. Oh, it's about it. He's probably there's some bitches over there. Yes, over there. So he's like, yeah, let's get over there. I can give my number to them.
Man, the fucker is a good speaker, but oh boy, does he talk nonsense.
I mean, people
No,
always
good.
say,
Yeah. I mean, in the sense that he's a good speaker. Hey, he gets people's attentions. He gets people's attention.
Yeah.
So
he looks like a fucking cartoon character.
yeah, but I mean, he gets it. Listen, I don't care how he does it, but he does it. But yeah.
I guess we're hijacking black culture with the DAP. No self-respecting black person should be singing the white national anthem, #DemDebate, and not digging the white children referred to as Mamala. Didn't she just get married? That's a dig at Kamala Harris for having the temerity to embrace her stepchildren. So all very popular
that
positions.
one actually I agree
Each
with.
one actually less popular than the next. Here's another one, July 2019. I was compelled to step off the sidewalk 3 times during my 30-minute walk so that white folks and their dogs could pass. Got me feeling like #gentrification is
Where the fuck does she live? She's such a lying piece of shit. Unless, okay, if she's like particularly scared of dogs or something like that.
Oh my god. The
But,
dog
like,
thing hit a sore spot for you.
No, I mean, okay, some people are scared of dogs or something and all that. Like, fine. I mean, good for you. People are scared of all kinds of things, but it's such a lie. This is such a fucking piece of shit.
I mean, it's possible because to be, I mean, again, I kind of in this one I'm with her, as in like I think the private ownership of dogs should be banned. Because dog owners are not responsible people unless you put cops on every...
You don't have to walk off the side. This is like a ridiculous, stupid, exaggerated, nonsensical bullshit.
But I mean, this is, yeah, I think this is bullshit. But
I mean, unless you're scared of dogs or something. I don't know. Like people are scared of spiders, they'll run out of a room. But that's your problem.
No, I agree with that. No, my problem is
what
more
a ridiculous
not
clown
picking their
this
poo-poo
person
and all
is.
that.
Agree with you.
Yeah,
there. What a ridiculous clown this person is. It's
Jim Crow revisited. I'm going to say that
VP
the next
of
time
Cornel
West by Pitbull. So these are these are all, let's just say, interesting choice here by Cornel West. I mean, what is he thinking? Let's be honest.
There are like obvious racial dimensions to gentrification, and then they do walk.
Let's not even try and rescue
us. But I mean, I don't know about the dog, how the dog walking is represented.
Sagar has not been this happy since the alien story with that guy came out like 3 years ago. Yeah. Like he has not been this happy since then.
Yeah, I've never seen him smile like this. Never seen like full teeth on display
this. Absolutely spitting on Ryan just from laughing. Take it easy.
What are you talking about? But I think, look, I guess if you want to defend it, you can. This is just pure gobbledygook. Looking at this woman's background, Pan-African Studies, University of California, totally poisoned with activist-type rhetoric. And that's my thing here with Cornel. I'm like, what are you trying to do? It's interesting, too, because... Look, I get that BLM, social justice, and all of that is foundational to some of his political identity. Fine, okay. But don't you have some political reason as to why you are running beyond trying to capture this kind of activist base and vote? Which, let's be honest, these people are going to vote for Biden anyway. In terms of the practical realities, I see no political calculus.
Practical reality. There's no way Cornel can spell that word. Practical. He's never heard that word in his life. He's heard every other word. The word practical, no idea what this could even possibly refer to. Yeah.
Like, wait, I'm sorry, son, but brother, what are you talking about?
I've never. He can't even pronounce the word practical. Like he's like,
I had a wife while having a loft nest in the same city with which I had my friend in Harvard pay for. So no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Laughing stock by picking somebody like this.
Yeah, Cornel has always had kind of a broader lens when it comes to his radical love and his radical politics.
Is that what
he endorsed Obama, for instance.
I know. I remember.
Campaigned for Obama and has always tried to unite people and make the argument.
Here, do you remember this? Ryan shares his conspiracy theory, which is just too good. Because these motherfuckers are still trying to defend Cornel. It's just fascinating. Do you remember? It's conspiracy theory. It's good. I like it.
No,
that racism is dividing us so that the 1% can walk away with all of the spoils, which is probably an argument that Melina would agree with, but she doesn't lead with it.
Yeah, well.
Whereas Cornel West does lead with that.
Yeah, and that's why I found it confounding, is this is very much the opposite. At least from what I've watched and listened to him, he's generally, I mean, I wouldn't call him like a race-first person. He definitely indulges in a lot of racial rhetoric, but has always at least tried to adopt that this is something that is downstream of classism. But, from a pure political lens, it's like, why would you give this gift to not only for media? I mean, we wouldn't be covering it otherwise. Otherwise it's like he barely even cares. He's even going to be on the ballot. But for this, I mean, it just to me seems like a profound political misjudgment. Maybe it's just what he believes. I mean, that's fine too if you want to do that.
Cornel West has almost seemed, and I hope we can get him on the program.
By the way, we have tried. His campaign has been a pain in the ass. So if anybody who is listening, who is out there, Dr. West, we've invited you on the show more than a dozen times, and I have yet to receive
more
a proper
than
response.
A dozen times.
Yeah. It feels like he has regretted the decision to run since he launched it, and has been like, my conspiracy theory, if I were to get it in his mind, is that he has been consistently trying to undermine his own campaign so as not to undermine Biden.
Interesting. Wow.
First, he launched the People's Party clearly without doing any research.
Abandoned that immediately.
As soon as he realized what he'd gotten into, he's like, whoa, what is this mess? Then he goes over to the Green Party. Apparently, he hadn't done much work with the Green Party either, because I could have told you that thing is a complete and total mess. And so he was like, whoa. The Green Party is...
Shut the fuck up. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, this is unfair. If you're messier than the other person, you can't complain about them being messy. This is completely unfair. This dumbass Cornel did not know that the Green Party cared about green stuff. It's literally in the name. He goes in the Republican Party. Oh, I didn't know you guys were Republican. What did you think? I mean, Jesus fuck, man. This guy is a complete clown.
Sorry, I have to take
more important than Cornel being a clown, I guess.
Hello? اشتباه گرفت.
Was that Cornel?
Wrong number. So probably Cornel. Probably Cornel. Do we even have to take a break?
I don't even think so. I don't know if people saw me.
All right.
No, Jesus Christ.
No, I agree with you, man. You can't the Green Party. At least they have ballot taxes. I mean, you can't they at least
say whatever you want, but yeah.
It's theirs. But in relation to Cornel West, they are some of the most competent, effective, influential people in America right now.
I mean, I guess Cornel used to be kind of have an influence, at least on random people dispersed throughout the country, but
Briahna Greyjoy, he lost that now after this circus he put up. So I think. Do you think after this they still after he's officially out and all that, they will still invite him on as an expert on matters?
Man, you saw that crowd that he pulled, just this clip that they played 5 seconds ago, where he was jumping a fence.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. As long as you say what they like, they're gonna bring you on, I suppose. It is pathetic though, because at this point he's more of a if I was involved with a movement and he was a supporter, I would say, guys, let's keep it on the down low. We don't want to,
Oh, fuck, Cornel's
more of a
here.
liability. God damn it. He's gonna embarrass. It's like when Steven Seagal
Is
was
he
like,
hitting on my mom there, Cornel?
he's alienated half of the people we attracted because he couldn't keep his hands off of their moms and aunts and shit.
Cornel, stay away from my cat. Psst, come here.
You're not safe with him. Come here. He's a horn dog. He's a liability for the movement. They think I'm not even, I'm half joking though, man. Because I swear to God, serious people though, like they see this, and when you see the left and they're like, oh, Cornel, it's just nobody can take you seriously. Seriously. Like, I don't know. I feel that some people might have taken them seriously if their candidates were such jokes. Marianne, by the way, I Googled Marianne before the show yesterday. Nothing is new. Otherwise, I would have certainly added.
What
I
there
was
is
looking for work.
Except maybe your key card for a hotel room doesn't work anymore. You're like, why are you still in a hotel room? You haven't campaigned. Your apartment is right here.
I'm staying in a hotel to give the impression that I'm campaigning. Have to look busy, you know. Yeah, there was nothing on her. And what's the RFK? There was nothing much
What's
there as
going
well.
on with him?
He announced the VP too. Nicole, she's some rich. She's a rich
Oh yeah, no, we
divorcee.
covered that. Yeah.
Man, I love it. You're like fully going back to Victorian times. You have these, like, there's a rich divorcee, and now we have a son of a ex-president, and then there is a physician that came back from war. Like, we have all the characters that you would normally have in a Victorian mystery plot. So,
but listen, you know what all these books reminded me of? You know how there was Noam Chomsky.
Oh yeah, I told you.
What
man,
happened to him?
This.
I know. But
After,
have you heard of Noam Chomsky recently?
Oh, of Noam Chomsky, yeah, he was on.
I mean, he's very old.
Talking about Israel and all that, but when they changed their studio, they I think they had the Noam Chomsky book there for one day, and then it was gone.
No, they had it until the scandal hit.
No, but it was like the scandal hit during their change of office, so it worked out well for them when they were changing their designs.
Yeah, I kind of miss him though. He was a lad.
Oh man, Chomsky has that wife who's kind of basically milking him or something. That is like using, you know, like he's doing interviews every day, from what I see. Am I wrong? He was.
Really?
It seems there is one from 7 days ago, right?
No, that's 7 years ago.
Oh, sorry, 9 days ago.
No, this is 2 days ago.
All right, that's 2 days ago.
So what was the scandal that hit him? He was on the what's it called list, right?
Epstein. Not only the list, they had like financial dealings and all that. He asked him, listen.
Congress.
Oh yeah.
He asked him for financial advice after his first wife passed, which is completely normal to, you know, transfer more than $100,000 to your financial advisor. Everybody does that.
Yeah,
that is completely normal. And then them transferring it back to you or something. It's normal. And I don't need to explain it to you or anybody else.
I want to get a credit card from the bank. Let me call Epstein, see what his recommendation. You don't need a recommendation for that. Okay? Go online and ask for a credit card from the bank. It's not that big of a move. No. Let me see if Epstein thinks I should get a Visa or a MasterCard.
No, I want to give $100 to my nephew this Christmas. Let's call Epstein. Let's see if this is a responsible gift.
No, but I feel bad, man. Chomsky was.
I never liked him too much,
though.
so I'm happy.
No, I mean, it's not like Cornel, which I didn't understand why people like them. Like Cornel, I didn't understand what he was saying and why people like them. But
his main topic is theology, man.
But no, man, he was
Chomsky.
He was a lad.
Yeah, not a. I mean, he is still alive. So I
said a lad.
Oh, he's no longer a lad. You think?
Yeah, I just don't see him anymore that much. Bringing tears to my eyes right now. Getting emotional.
I never liked him too much. So largely because he's part of that, Iran who did. He talks about Iran like that too,
That's true.
So I never liked him because leftists on foreign policy are always weak. So, but yeah, he's still doing interviews and
Fair
passing the
enough.
torch to the last generation.
Why are we the last
Which-
generation? What's happening to
Oh,
me?
what's happening? Whoa. What is nuclear bombs? What's going on, guys? Tell us.
Norman?
Norm, what's the kid you call Chomsky?
Alrighty, Sam. So we had a lot of fun there with the one and only, the dog, Cornel. Sadly, let's move on to
The
some
man.
other stuff.
The man, the brother,
The brother, the
the
fucker,
sister.
all the good things. But yeah, what else? We have a lot more sympathy for Biden.
For Biden, yeah. Thinking of him as a serious option. But yeah, Biden, yeah, to be
I
honest,
swear on my life, I would 100%. Even if Cornel right now said everything that I wanted in the world, I would still vote for Biden. There's
gun to
no
your
way I
head, you
can
would vote
trust
for
the
Biden?
clown for that guy. No, even if Cornel said everything that I wanted, if I were like, okay, do this, this, and that, I'll be like, yes, I'll be like, okay, cool. Biden, you get my vote.
I know you are brain dead, but you seem like a reasonable man.
I swear.
I don't know. The Gaza thing is a big, technically Cornel is against genocide in
No,
Gaza.
but Cornel would, I don't know, not pick up
Yeah, he
Netanyahu's
probably-
phone call
yeah,
or something.
no, that's
and something
truly,
worse
yeah.
would happen because he's.
Yeah, you're right. He probably dropped the bomb on Palestinians by
Yeah,
accident,
exactly.
trying to defend them
Or he'll
something.
fall in
Yeah,
love
you're
with
right.
some Israeli chick or who knows.
Oh, God damn, you're right. Yeah, fuck it. No, you're right, Biden. Biden is the safe pair of hands we need right now. And his family has been through a lot. Not only he lost his first wife, and I believe.
Oh, do you have
one
your
of his
microphone on,
children.
by the way, near you?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Not
No,
only he
sounds-
lost his wife. No, let me repeat. Let me repeat. Not only he lost his wife and children, or child in a car accident. Not only he lost another child to a cancer, possibly due to his, rape and pillaging in Iraq. He also has probably lost an uncle to cannibals. To cannibals. God damn it! No, read the article, Camille. Just read the headline.
Yeah, no, it's too funny. Actually, so the headline is Loss of Words, Joe Biden's tale about cannibals. First I read this as cannabis, but forget about that. Cannibals bemuses Papua New Guinea residents. President suggests that his uncle Bossy was eaten by cannibals, harms USF Bozy, sorry. was eaten by cannibals, harms US efforts. Okay, let's forget about that. The first paragraph is great. Yeah, let's forget about the Guardian's twist there. Joe Biden's suggestion that his uncle may have been eaten by cannibals in Papua New Guinea during World War II has been met with a mixture of bemusement and criticism in the country.
And as Camille pointed out, this is Guardian's twist on the thing. As we know, the cannibal community has welcomed this comments as a move towards transparency in the relationship between the two nations. The cannibals love it. They're like, you should have said sooner. Maybe we have his bones somewhere around. Maybe we can find it for you. But go ahead, read some more. There is one where
I didn't personally make it further than that. I thought the first paragraph did the job. I thought the first, the sentence until here did the job. Joe Biden suggested that his uncle has been eaten by cannibals in Papua New Guinea during World War II. I thought they could have just ended it there and just put link to other stories there, but
they could have, but what about the commentary? What does the cannibal community think about this? What does the non-cannibal community? Yeah. No, but the best part is go down. Read that part. Analyst in Papua New Guinea who were shown his comments, described the claims as unsubstantiated. And
Where's your evidence?
judged no shit about the person substantiate. No, he saw his own uncle pointing out that they come at a time when US has been seeking to strengthen its ties with the country. But then further down, they quote, "The Malaysian group of people who Papua New Guinea is part of are a very proud people," said Michael Kabuni, a lecturer in political science at the University of Papua New Guinea. And they would find this kind of categorization very offensive. Not because someone says, "Oh, there used to be cannibals in PNG." Yes, we know that. That's a fact. Okay, I was reading that and I got to that. Yes, we know that. That's why I was like, oh my God, this country is getting better and better. They are like, no, we know we are cannibals. We know we have some cannibals among us, but taking it out of context and implying that your uncle jumped out of the plane and somehow we think it's a good meal, it's unacceptable.
What the hell?
So the cannibals are not upset about the cannibal charges. They're upset about
Jesus
the
Christ.
specifics. Look, if we're gonna eat people, we're not gonna eat any white asshole who jumps out of a plane. He's clearly. So he goes on to say cannibalism was practiced by some communities, but in a specific context, like, preserving the heritage or I don't know, whatever. But man, that part was.
But there was context. They wouldn't just eat any white man.
Yeah, there was a context cameo.
Any white man, really. Any white man
Person
who would fall from the sky. Jesus.
But yeah.
Guardian are not into editing. That's not a.
No, there. Well, I mean, there is not. Yeah,
there's no one there to edit.
Yeah, there's not many people they hire these days. So. But
Guardian are the kings. I mean, anyway, everybody makes all kinds of things. Guardians are the king. Next time, I swear, pay attention of forgetting. I don't want to say this because I don't want to jinx myself and doing something stupid. They're the king of forgetting to put the period at the end of a sentence and paragraph. I don't know what it is about them. But back in the day when I used to read a lot of things, I was like, why do you guys seem to have an issue with that? But yeah.
They have a lot of punctual, like I've noticed, punctuation mistakes are quite often.
Or they're not even mistakes, they're just like random things that they forget at times. Like, everybody knows
exactly.
that
like
you put a period at the end of a
quotation
sentence.
mark or something. Yeah.
I mean, it can happen to anyone. It happens all the time, but they're really funny.
Yeah, like how many people work there now? Like 5? I don't know. Like there's one guy who updates the website. Like they send him the files, and there's like 2 people
pretty
who write
big, like 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, I don't know what's their state now. Okay, putting our biases and what we're into and all that aside, do you think how do you think the popularity is in the UK right now? I'm generally wondering.
Oh, I mean, I think lower than the obviously. I think after Jeremy Corbyn, they got a big hit because they sided with the anti-Corbyn people. But I do think more so than the immediate aftermath. I think people have largely forgotten about Corbyn and all that. So I think they are not quite back, but they are. I mean, the Palestine thing gave them another big hit, though. A lot of leftists in UK were upset. Yeah, so
a big hit as in a boost or like a.
I think half of what they were before Corbyn stuff.
But you're saying that the Palestine thing harmed them or helped them?
Harmed them.
Harmed them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I haven't been reading. What position did they take?
Oh no, they take a center left position. So, they have some opinion pieces that are further down, but it's all, I feel like that's people I talk to, so it's not exactly the most accurate polling or whatever. But I would say they're half of what they were at their heights. Like maybe, I don't know, what do you think their readership? I think maybe they have 10% of UK reads them, something like that.
No, that would be
around 10%. Like 10%
Are they still
adults.
The most prominent leftist UK outlet?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, not leftist, center left. Yeah.
Center left. Yeah. Yeah, that makes about sense. I mean, their height was Snowden, right? Or
Novara
biased.
Media is like I would say is the probably bigger one on the left now.
Yeah, but their peak was Biden, right? Or am I sorry, Snowden? Or am I being biased?
I would say a bit after Snowden, like when Corbyn was on the rise, not when he actually got to power, just like, or very early on when he was like, that was their peak, I would say. But yeah, I think you're right. It started with the Snowden, though. I would say them becoming famous, because like a lot of people like Guardian. We knew Guardian. I mean, I don't know about you actually, but like when we were back in the days into politics, people who were into politics knew Guardian. But I feel like after Snowden, like online normies knew Guardian, while normies, I don't think is still know Daily Telegraph that well, even though Daily Telegraph has a bigger probably budget and is more mainstream in some
Yeah,
ways.
that's true.
So
I mean,
they
for a
became
while.
substantially big online for a while.
No, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I never look at Telegraph. Guardian was my go-to from probably 2012
2008.
to 17. No, 2008, I was still not into. I only got into stuff in 2011.
Yeah, you're right.
2011, 2017 or so, because I remember, for instance, when Bernie was running the first time and he was just like killing in the primaries, I would wake up in the morning and I would go on the Guardian app to see how Bernie had done, because I already lived in Switzerland, so it happened overnight.
Yeah, I
So I
remember
remember
those
that
days.
was
Yeah,
still
you're right. Yeah, that was everybody
Come
used to do
on,
that. Yeah.
Bernie.
I mean, I am very bitter about that. I mean, I had it so well together until then. I never didn't. Anyway, yeah, very bad times my stupid years, as I like to think of them.
Nah.
The Bernie years.
But yeah,
But
and
yeah, so I think, to be honest,
what's Trump happening? I mean,
are you, by the way, just before we leave the topic, are you gonna ever go to Papua New Guinea? Because there are they are officially basically saying, yes, we are cannibals, but we don't just eat anything. Okay, you have to be delicious.
I need to see where they stand on brown men.
Yeah, exactly. They said white men falling they don't like. I mean, we could, according to Olaimi and
Yeah,
all
of
those Black
course.
Lives Matters, we are white. So I think we could pass.
Oh, Lemmy, thank God that
I think I
toxicity
spent
is out
3
of our
months in a
lives.
basement. If I spent 3 months in a basement, I could pass for a white, like Eastern European,
According to
think?
Lemmy, yes, but according to many others, no. But
Yeah,
I guess
3
it's
months
all a question of perspective.
Do you think after 3 months without sunlight, maybe? No,
Could, but
not sure. Oh God. Olaimi was back in the news, didn't you
Oh
hear? She was
no,
for a brief
Jesus
moment.
Christ. What does she
For
do
very
now?
brief, she did an interview with Eric Andre, not Eric Andre. Eric Andre is the comedian. Sorry, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, another comedian who became a mayor of New York. And I don't know. I have no idea what, but they had a back and forth or something. She thinks she's saving the world, I think. I'm not sure. I didn't watch
No, I mean, where does
most
she
of
even appear nowadays? Like, what's her thing?
her own channel. She realized, yeah, there is not much money to appear a lot in other people's stuff. So I think she's just focusing on her own
How do you spell her
idiotic
name?
content. Olya. Yeah, you got it. Is that it? By the way, what is the background for Olaimi? I like the etymology of the name. I would like to know.
Oh, I can't find her.
Olaimi? No? Olrim? That's it. That's the channel, though. You just passed by.
This one?
Olurur. Yeah, that's
Ah.
it. That's it. Yeah.
63,000. Nice. Congrats. Oh, doing decent views. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Congrats.
she's doing. See, that's the interview I was telling.
That's good stuff. Nice. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah.
Among how dangerous it is, and you recently did that when you deployed the national. Increase the wages for lots of officers. Started that tour before you were going to go DC, and when you were going to go to DC to talk to Joe Biden about the.
Okay, nice. I'm not that big of a hater. I'm glad for her that she's doing well. Although I don't like watching, but good for her.
After she has started talking about half black people and light skinned black people, she's a mad person. She's a complete mad person.
That's for sure.
Oh, okay. You just don't hate mad people as much as I do.
I just was nice to see somebody, dude. I thought like, yeah, YouTube is just ruthless. God forbid you don't think about someone every hour of the day. YouTube will just be like, okay, never again.
No.
I swear to God.
That's for politics, I feel. Like if it's movies or because my other topics, they they come back every week or so. They're but no, politics is like, no, you don't want to hear from her. It's okay. We kill her ourselves.
I have to run right now. In half an hour, I was
like,
going to watch.
I'm sorry. We murdered her. There is no more programming.
I literally can do it right now, but in like 10 minutes.
Never gonna recommend Van whatever. Van who? I don't remember.
No, seriously.
So good. Yeah, bad faith. Like one time on unsubscribe. I can't like when I play their videos, it's like, no, this video is locked.
Forget about it, buddy. Move on.
Yeah. Move on. Move. There's nothing to see here. Go on. Yeah. But did you? So you, as we spoke earlier. So you watched some of the coverage on CNN about the hush money trial?
No. You're twisting my word.
No?
I realized they were covering this.
How did you realize it?
I would never. I saw that they're covering this. I would never watch. I realized that they're covering this. I mean, I would never put myself through this. I mean, there's nothing I could care
eyes crossed the
less.
TV.
No, I saw Trump, and then I was like, okay, they're not covering Iran, and that was it. I mean, I could care. Who can keep up with all these trials? I would need an assistant to like take notes from me. And like...
Man, we're trying to find. By the way, I find the jury system to be the most ridiculous legal system in the world. I don't know how that took off, but anyway, so they're trying to find 12 unbiased people about Trump. And it's like in New York, by the way. So it's like, how are you going to find 12 people?
Yeah, but the most famous person in the world.
Yeah, exactly. You can't find 12 unbiased people towards Trump in, Mashhad, the holy city of Mashhad in Iran. Sorry. So yeah, they keep dismissing people, and CNN is reporting it as if it's like live, like, and like finals of World Cup, like minute by minute, and then they had to dismiss this jury member because blah 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 blah, and it's all about the Stormy Daniels stuff, by the way.
Yeah,
which is good.
I thought that was over. Jesus Christ!
This is like his best This is his best case, by the way. The case in which they are trying to prosecute him because of crimes of passion, crimes of heart. Our hero. I shouldn't have made that hand move, but okay. My fist was full, so my hand was not out.
Jesus.
So are
Christ.
you worried about? Do you think he's gonna lose and then they're gonna take him to jail and we're never gonna have the president not we, I mean, but Americans deserve?
Not with these pathetic moves and cases.
No, but they're gonna take him to the jail because of the American judicial system is unimpeachable. Unimpeachable? Impeachable? I don't know.
Oh, he's doing the fist.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did the fist. He came out and he said they're doing this because they want to destroy me. And he's right.
Man, are they going to even have a debate, at least one, between him and Biden at the end? Or you think they're going to skip it?
I think they're going to try to skip it. I think they're going to skip it.
Man, if I was the media, I would put together a class action lawsuit and go after.
Who? Oh,
the Democratic Party, Republican Party. Like, seriously?
Potential earnings.
Yeah, I swear to God.
To be honest, even if they do put up a debate, I think media has a good case for a class action lawsuit for keeping Biden chained all throughout.
Honestly.
Keeping Trump busy with all this court bullshit that nobody cares about. It's not nice.
To God, they screwed him out of, they depend on the,
CNN out of
every 4 years. This is like a big thing, man.
No, I know. I agree with you, but I don't know.
I'd be pissed.
We'd see. Sorry?
I would be pissed, man. A lot of CEOs. lost their
we are
jobs over
pissed.
this.
We lost over, potentially we could have had over 300, maybe 400
Yeah.
more subscribers. If
That is true. I honestly, this is like, oh,
yeah, that's not too far off. Maybe okay, 50 more subscribers to be
no.
honest. But
We
it's
should
still,
join the
for us.
put us in the class action lawsuit.
Yeah, actually we're gonna start it.
Yeah.
Email CNN. Email
Yeah.
CNN and MSN.
CNN are so desperate. I feel like if we wait a few more
Yeah.
weeks, they might
they
respond
might
to our
do it.
email. Dear Camion, thank you for reaching out and everything.
We are very interested in the theory you put out there. But we have no money.
We have no money. Can you? Okay.
Can you
It's
get it?
okay.
You know a
No,
good
that's the
lawyer.
beauty of class action lawsuit. Usually, if a law firm picks it up, they cover it because they're waiting on the money that you
Oh,
get in
I think in
return.
America, yeah, but you have to like, you need some. I think
We have
no,
a good
I think
case. I think we have a good
no,
case.
no. The case is fantastic. Don't get me
So,
wrong.
okay, so I think a law firm would pick us up and
Can
pay
you?
for it, and then we
Can a
just have to give him.
non-citizen? Can a non-citizen bring out case? We don't want to do a jank Uber and get embarrassed all the way.
That's true.
Like
Don't want to get screwed over with
we,
that. That's
we
a
have
good
one
point. That's a good point.
we have one American friend. He's not the most reliable, but maybe we can contact.
That's true. That's a good point you raised. That's why CNN should lead this. That's why I think we should give
CNN is a
strategic
good-
information.
I think CNN
We'll
is
get-
or MSNBC, Fox,
Yeah.
whoever. Fox, I mean, I don't think they care, but
Fucking what's his name? Elon Musk should care. But his
Oh, yeah, he
Twitter
should.
thing would be doing better
Yeah,
if at least
X-
there was
X
something
can.
going on.
They are. I mean, to be fair to him, though, he's half of Twitter right now is free movies that's been uploaded there. So if there
A
is
great
more
job that
attention
he's
paid,
doing.
yeah, the attention. If the attention is paid
What-
to Twitter, he might lose the Bangladeshi upload market that is currently
Exactly.
like
Whatever
50% of
roundabout he was trying to put together, or what's it called? Not a roundabout, what's it called? Town square or whatever it is.
Oh,
What-
public towns,
public
public
roundabout
towns.
highway intersection. I don't know. Whatever he was trying to put together.
With self-driving cars.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
I
And
think
a
it was
side
something like
street, I don't know, dead end. I don't know.
There is a-
Something
yeah.
to do with streets. He was trying to.
It was I think it was a town hall in a Autobahn, but I can't be
Yeah,
wrong. I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Whatever.
about the Autobahn part.
And speaking of Twitter and all that, we got Matt the
yeah.
Bro here.
Matt is back and he's shaved his evil
that is true.
goatee.
And this
he's
video,
shaved.
he won me a bit over, showing how Briahna.
He
I
actually
mean,
made me hate
overall,
him more, but
really. But let me just say, overall
Just
topic:
nagging the-
Twitter files, biggest bullshit in the history of mankind. I think. Having said that, and putting that aside, yeah, I do agree that Brianna's points and like him going back to what she said originally, all that, I would agree more on what he's saying. But yeah, I feel like you would give a more perhaps comprehensive and logical overview.
I always kind of again in this situation, we said it in the last video as well, he's kind of right against Bria stuff. It's just a nagging, and then this guy is like, what I see here is somebody who has opinions and somebody who's a real journalist who's trained in real
Yeah, no,
journalism.
that was too funny.
And
That
Matt
was
is
the-
like, yeah, I think that's the case. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, like I swear to God, jeez,
Yeah, no, the
God damn
sucking
it.
up there was amazing.
It's not just sucking, and you genuinely think of yourself as, I am just unbiased.
Yeah.
God damn it, you people are.
I mean,
off.
don't make me pull up that clip again where he talks about. I mean, we just showed in the last video. That's why I didn't
Elon
put it
Musk,
again.
yeah.
I was ashamed myself to put it back in. I was this close of putting it back. But of him talking to Joe Rogan about Elon Musk's sense of humor being developed. I'm still
I
not
know.
sure if he's talking about toddler, like a different toddler called Elon Musk, or the Elon Musk that we know. I would still like to know who he was referring
Hey,
to, but
he's And he keeps saying my relationship with Elon was neutral. And it's like, I don't know, man,
We've
about
all
that.
seen the
But,
text, buddy.
yeah, like the end was like a bitter wife of 30
Yeah.
years. Sort of, why don't you just go to Substack and never cut? It's like, Jesus Christ, the level of, you could cut the sexual tension with a butter knife. And it's like, I don't know. It's
But I
just the
think you
nagging.
made
This video and a couple of other videos we have, it's just basically people, I don't know, man. This censorship thing is really getting annoying at this
yeah.
point.
No, that is totally true. Essentially, it's so annoying. But I think you actually raised the right point. I think because Matt Taibbi got rid of his evil beard, I was more sympathetic. That
Maybe
beard
that's why,
really
yeah.
made him look extremely
Look like a,
like a douchebag.
I mean, I'm not, beards are, I think, are a sign
Not the
of
goatee shit he
wisdom,
was going with.
even
Beard? No,
goatees.
not the
I
goatee
have
shit.
goatees sometimes, and stop saying goatee shit.
No, man, he looked horrible here.
Did he? And put the heel.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Look at
I
him.
don't know.
Look
I
how
like
evil
it.
he looks.
I disagree. I think
No.
goatees give you a bigger jaw and it's nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've recently gotten into really trimming down the sides, not today, but I trim down the sides almost to the level of that it looks white.
Mm.
And I don't know, I like it. You're saying you don't like it?
I said I didn't like him. I have to see what you did, but you're a special case in life, so all that is there.
Very, very good. Quickly retreat from your original position.
Let's go back to our life
Back
now. So yeah, I don't have anything to watch here or
Not
clip
really,
or some
no.
point. Just
Did
make
you see
fun
the
of
Unheard?
them.
On Unheard, they were nagging about censorship too.
Yes. So on Unheard, maybe we need to give a little bit of context here because I mean, even people on our channel, I'm not too sure if they watch Unheard. So Unheard, there's a channel. This clip is called "Inside the Disinformation Industry," and it's pretty much all
Libertarian.
about. Is it libertarian? And this video is called "Inside the Disinformation Industry." But the whole video is about. And in the beginning, he says this. It's pretty much Unheard tried to monetize or put ads on their website, and they went and tried to go see a professional company and ask him to do it and all that. And then they saw, despite the fact that, fair enough, they're right, they have decent views and they have prominent people for publishing stuff on the channel and all this, the ad money was absolutely ridiculous, was very low. So they're wondering why. And they realized that there's this ad company. I mean, maybe we should play a bit for context, but sorry, that there's this ad rating company out there that rates your website. And then based on that, I guess Google decides what traffic they should be pushing to your channel. Because at the end, it's all Google ads, if I understood correctly. And they found out that, well, their website has been put, on the disinformation list and all that. So Google is not pushing ads. So there was a lot of exactly like whining, or we should have. And technically, that's not disinformation in the sense that the information or the content that they're putting out is not getting blocked. It's just that the monetizing, once again, even on YouTube, it's kind of that the case. Like our videos are rarely are rarely blocked or anything. They're just demonetized. So it's a slightly different thing if you really want to get into the conversation. There's a bit of a nuance difference.
I wouldn't say that's a slight difference. I say that's a huge difference. And
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I think these people mix it up.
But I don't know what you want to play what part. But then one part I did find it kind of funny where they pretty much, so they show a clip of the lady. Before I play that. So let me just mention though what it was since I brought it up. Where they bring up the lady who runs this company or whatnot, or this organization that rates your website, and then based on that, Google will know who to put ads on or which ads to put on. She is pretty, in this clip from 2021, she's pretty straightforward the fact that it's not about disinformation. Something might be true, but quote unquote, we think that it is harmful, whatever that means. So I'll play that clip in a bit, but yeah, sorry, back to you.
Before that, in the very early beginning, they play when he says, we were surprised because we have prominent people as the speakers. I think it's the very early on. You can even play it.
Yeah, it's very early on.
And as he's saying prominent people, we have as speakers. Who does he bring on the in the edit? They bring up that black lady. Do you remember the one that was like Muslims are backward and
Shut the
Christianity
fuck up. All right,
yeah.
so never
like,
mind.
okay, fuck.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm
never
on that
mind.
lady's side. Censor these fuckers.
Censor these fuckers.
Take the channel down. What a piece of shit garbage that lady is. Right? Where is she? Let me find her.
Exactly as he says, like here, see. Yeah.
I mean, she is
I don't know.
As bad of a human being as one can get.
Oh, she's her Nazis, they're the same. Like, she's genuinely that level bad. Like, disgusting worm of a human being. Like, no morals whatsoever. Like, this truly. But at any rate, like, and then you're like, okay, that's the first person you put up. You're like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm pro censorship now.
Yeah.
I'm with this stuff.
They did the right thing. They did the right thing. They should have taken your website. Exactly.
But putting this sudden rage of outbursts of hatred aside, I mean, demonetization is not censorship at all. You don't deserve any money for your shitty content.
It's getting rid of it's hypocrisy if you claim that you're free market.
It's hypocrisy.
It's hypocrisy if you claim that you're free market and you're interfering in business. So in that sense, yeah. But yeah, you're absolutely
they are business people. They have a fiduciary duty to their shareholders, not to fucking random people who upload videos. I don't understand. People don't seem to understand what a business is. They have duties to shareholders, not you random.
Yeah.
Anyways, so no, I agree it's hypocrisy, but I just don't care that much about hypocrisy. But then I think after you play this lady who's also a hypocrite, probably. I don't know. I don't care.
I mean, at least I don't know if she's a hypocrite because she's...
She's probably
pretty clear cut in this clip that they show. She was like, listen.
No, but I'm sure she would be. I don't know. Maybe she's not a hypocrite. Maybe she's just brute. But at any rate, I don't agree with her either. The end is fascinating because Unheard and Freddie come up with some solutions to how to fight against the rising tide of anti-freedom of speech, and the solutions are just too good. Because I mean, these people are delusional, man. To be honest, if it was up to me, none of their speech would be limited, but all of them would be under strict controls of mental physicians who keep them in check and keep them on fucking pills. They can have access to YouTube or whatever, but they need to. Like, these people are delusional. They're truly like out of this world. Anyways, all of them.
Yeah, you're right. And so before I play this lady who just clearly states that has nothing to do with disinformation. That's pretty bold of him. So he's not wearing an undershirt, huh? Not worried about sweaty armpits or anything. Look at
this.
It's
UK, man. It's UK. I recall this. It's I mean, it does get humid and sticky. You're right, but I guess he's got good ventilation. They are supported by Lord Ashcroft, one of the dumbest billionaires out there. So millionaires. So you can get good AC.
Fair enough. That's a good point.
I mean, I like it. I would say I love I mean, now talking about this is usually how I dress in the high school. Like, that's my.
But I feel like you need an undershirt though. If not, like, it's very risky.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, even wearing I wear a tank top. Talking of tank top.
That's why I hate you.
Yeah, I know, right? I usually tank top or something because. Yeah, especially I don't want my hair to get sweaty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're right there.
The science. It turns out that the founder of GDI, Claire Melford, gave an interview back in 2021 at the London School of Economics, where she explained all this very straightforwardly. She said,
because a lot of disinformation, as I hope I've shown, is not just whether something is true or false, it escapes from the limits of fact-checking. Something can be factually accurate, but still extremely harmful. And it leads us to a perhaps a more useful definition of disinformation, which is instantiated through these different narratives. It's not saying something is or is not disinformation, but it is saying content on this site or this particular article is content that is anti-immigrant, content that is anti-women, content that is anti-Semitic.
She explains that larger traffic web.
Okay, so that's a different thing. Now, whether you think it's harmful or not is your opinion. But that's referring to something that is harmful or not. It is not misinformation. That clip is, I mean, of course, they cut up that specific part, so maybe the context that she gives before after makes it seem more reasonable. But yeah, okay, now you're just pointing at something completely different. Now, if you think that's harmful or something, like, sure, that's a different conversation. We can have that conversation.
No, but there is, I think that's why they came up with the term, I think, misinformation and disinformation. I don't know which is which, to be honest, but I think disinformation is the information that is sort of bad or wrong, incorrect. I don't know. Misinformation is the one possibly, or other way around. Again, I don't know.
Yeah.
That has the potential to cause harm. So the information, whether it's true or lie, it has the potential to cause harm. So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they are mad, but I mean, to be fair,
they should have started with that clip. It would have it would have been a much more engaging video.
Possibly. But I would say I kind of have a sympathy for, I do think, like, what I don't understand is, of course, words matter in a very limited sense of the thing that, you know, they can mobilize people or convince people or something like that, right? But even if you're in charge, wouldn't you want to know, like, that's the thing, like, why would you want to, I don't never understand this misinformation. Anyways.
Or yeah, or the power of it.
Unless you're a company.
Yeah, or censorship.
I think the power of it is exaggerated, but you can argue, I guess, there is some, you know, but I think it's, if you know, you can you can counteract it very easily. So why do this? I mean, I guess businesses want to do this mostly because they want to get advertisers, and advertisers get spooked off because of, you know, controversial ideas.
But okay, should I play the concluding thoughts part or go to the American response?
No, go. I think it's the concluding parts. Play that. I think maybe the American response had some of that too, but the concluding, guys, now you gotta hear how we can fight back against the forces of censorship. So get ready.
Logical people in the lower reaches of your organization that are deliberately diverting
go further down, I guess.
Money from that company towards particular.
Further back or further ahead?
Earlier. I think. It's not that long, guys.
No.
What the whole disinformation movement is about. So if they want,
let's just go back here.
Than just one organization, and it comes down, I think, to a misunderstanding. Something we've seen a disinformation British company, and a recent question in the House of Commons that was written by MP Philip Davis actually got an answer that £2.6 million was given in the period up to last year to the GDI, and that, surprise, surprise, there is still frequent contact between the GDI and the Counter Disinformation and Media Development Unit. The truth is that the Global Disinformation Index is just the tip of the iceberg. This problem is much more widespread than just one organization. And it comes down, I think, to a misunderstanding, something we've seen a huge amount of since 2016, since that populist revolt that happened in both Britain and the US, that people on the other side of it, let's call them the establishment, people who are used to being in charge, who are used to having a certain spectrum of belief, when they're challenged outside of it, they have two choices. Either they try and reach across to those people who no longer believe them and persuade them that they have good answers, engage in a genuine democratic discussion, or if they're feeling frightened, if they're feeling on the back foot, they try to just shut them down. And this is really what the whole disinformation movement is about. So if they want to improve trust if they want to bring people together, the only way is to have a free and honest conversation about things. The role of government, if there is a role, must be to stop monopoly powers and stop enormous, highly funded tech and vested interests coalescing around a particular.
That part was just so like, libertarian. If there is a role for government, it's to stop monopolies. No, if there is a role for government, it's fucking security and shelter over my head.
No, he's such a good clown. He should go very far in life.
I think he will. Yeah, I think he has already.
Yeah. Because he just has the face and the look and all that, where he's not saying what you think he is, and the accent.
Yeah. No, he's gonna go far.
No, good for him.
The talented Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Particular ideological viewpoint and trying to police it, that is the way to make it worse, not better. Private companies also have a really important role to play. If you're involved in the ad industry, or if your corporation or your company spends any money on advertising, check, are you relying on one of these networks that itself gets...
That's your biggest concern. Forget about selling my product. I would like to know where you stand. Forget how much the ads that you put for me help with me selling my products.
Bottom line.
More concerned about this. Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the middle line.
Yeah.
But did you check after you watched this video any of the way he says, if you have a corporation, is as if it's like as if you have a cat or something.
Let me check. No, I had one last week.
I had one last week, but I gave it to my cousin. I don't know if he's gonna give it back. There's like 5 people who own corporations.
I love with his hands, man.
And they're definitely not watching Unheard. Oh goddamn.
His hand movements makes you think he's just telling you, I don't know, like some kind of or like a bedtime story or something.
He's very politician
so
handy,
cute.
David Cameron.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to. But
partisan
nice.
information from organizations like the GDI? And if so, stop using them. Are you spending your ad dollars on a wide range of web?
Shut the fuck up.
Are you spending your dollars on a wide range of political different
Unless you're a multi-billion profitable business, you have no time or ability to think about these things. I mean, it's just...
Man, can you imagine going to Bob Iger, like the CEO of Disney? So are you spending your ad revenues equally on left and right? Do you believe in, different... Do you believe in the, town hall of freedom of speech, of Autobahn of the freedom of ideas? I think Bob Iger will murder you right there and there. What the fuck is he talking about?
Where do you stand on roundabouts? Okay. Just so ridiculous. But okay. Let's take one final break before moving on to our last few stories. Alrighty, Sam. So let's move on to our last show. So yesterday when I came across this post on Instagram and I shared it with you, I was honestly truly baffled by what even Liz Truss was saying. But then you explained to me, then I was a bit surprised myself why I was so baffled. But I mean, anyway, I don't know why. I still want to like defend myself.
I was
so
baffled by how baffled I was.
But she wrote that, or she said, post-Brexit, and Liz Truss is, by the way, who was prime minister for a couple of weeks for the UK a few years ago. The funniest thing about her is that clip that circulated of her saying that I'm not a quitter, but I'm a fighter. And then like 2 minutes
and I will
later,
protect... and quits.
Yeah, she quits. So I was fine saying,
sorry, I thought you were going to refer to the cheese video because she's most famous in UK for her video, famously saying that I don't know, 60% of British cheese is imported. That is a disgrace. and she's just so truly disgusted by that. It's famous, very famous.
That's a good one too. No, I was referring to the one where she says, I mean, that's a montage, more of an edit, to be fair, which says, I'm not a quitter, but a fighter. And then 2 seconds later, she quits her role as prime minister. But here, this quote by Financial Times, post-Brexit should have gone for a bolder economic model that was essentially more like Singapore on steroids than a Norway on Valium approach. So fair enough, as you said, it's a good idiom, it's a good comparison, it sounds good. At first I didn't even understand what the hell analogy. I didn't even understand what the hell she is referring to, but then you broke it down pretty well for me. And anyway, this is just like a segue to the last segment.
Yeah, I mean, she was the best of the best. I mean, among the clowns that have been taken over the British prime ministerialship recently, she was genuinely the top-notch, like performer, just next level, just walking into doors, wearing big shoes, all of that. But what she's referring to, as I guess explained to Cam here, is that, yeah, Singapore is, full-on free market and tax cuts and all that, and steroids, obviously manly. Norway, they are pussies. They deal with European Union and all that, even though they have some tax cuts. But, they're not part of EU per se, but they do deal with EU.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Pussies.
Well
and
put.
they're on Valium, which is the pussies, pregnant ladies, I believe, or no, post.
I don't even know who takes Valium.
It's something they used to give to ladies from movies. My knowledge from Valium is from movies. Oh, diazepam is Valium is diazepam. Oh, it's a great drug. Fuck you, Liz Truss. Really? I hate Liz Truss now. It's yeah, she's been offensive to everybody in Norway and whoever has used the Valium to relax for perfectly sane reasons. So, I didn't know Valium is diazepam because, in movies, they always only give Valium to hysterical ladies. That's the movie sort of definition of Valium.
Well, I mean,
but at any rate, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, as you mentioned to me, the comments were brutal. Pretty much most people were upset that Financial Times even interviewed the lady who lasted as a prime minister less than a lettuce, as many people have pointed out. Yeah, brutal. I think, yeah. People can read, and it's brutal. All of it is brutal.
It just contains I'm logged in. But yeah, I guess people... I mean, she did definitely. I mean, she was... Man, how many prime ministers has the UK had since 2020?
Since 2020? Boris, her, and Rishi, I think 3.
No, there was another guy too.
No. No, man. No.
Maybe 2019 then. Who was the other guy?
No. What? No. After David Cameron, you had...
You had 4. I swear to God, you're forgetting about one guy.
No, I'm Theresa May after David Cameron. And then after Theresa May, you had Liz Truss and then Rishi Sunak.
No, I swear.
Go to Wikipedia. It leads like the predecessor to whose predecessor to Rishi Sunak. Go up. It's in the top box corner. Top right box, whatever.
This is better.
Oh, this is good, yeah.
Oh, you're right. There was nobody else. Just Theresa May.
Oh, Liz Truss was after Boris. Yeah, I forgot Boris was after Theresa May. Forgot about that.
6th of September till 25th of October.
It was a good run, okay? Fuck you. Don't make... Oh, shit, I forgot she's anti-diazepam. No, I hate her. But she was, seriously, I think she was better than... I mean, when Queen died on her watch, so that's added. Like in that
it must have just been horrible. Her run was just absolutely horrible.
The worst. Yeah, I know, right? There was like also earthquake in
Jesus
UK.
Christ, she was born in 1975. That's it.
What you thought she's what, 8 years older? Why? Does she look very old or what?
She looks much older than that.
25 and 25. She's 50. I mean, she doesn't look that.
Oh my God, she's so young, man.
15.
Look, Theresa May 56. Boris Johnson 64. Yes, Sunak 80. Jesus Christ. David Cameron, 66. What a guy he was, huh?
What a guy he was, and what a guy he is. Because me and people who I watch TV with, we were referring to the fact that, man, David Cameron, even though we hate his guts and he's, bad on the whole Palestinian stuff, God damn it, he can talk and you don't like puke immediately. He can finish sentences without, just sounding really retarded and all that. And it's just so like, and then suddenly I saw they made the video, these kids, they made the video, and I think everybody's noticing that, like, can't we, like, we know we can't have good prime ministers with good policies anymore, or presidents or whatever. Can we have just somebody who can at least be presentable? Like, you have Rishi Sunak, just genuinely, like, disgusting, like, can't even
Man, at
talk.
least he's doing better than expected, though. Just the fact that...
No, he looks like a puppy dog who's been hit in the head with the newspaper. He's always...
Fair enough, but before that, they were so pathetic in the sense... Before, I mean... The two ladies did really bad.
Yeah, but Boris was awesome.
No, Boris was awesome, but Theresa May and
I
Liz
love
Truss,
that you're on the same page on that. Boris was awesome. Let's move on.
But these two did really bad. I mean, Theresa May did really bad too. Oh wow, she lasted 3 years somehow. Well, I mean, she was post-Brexit. They tried to...
Yeah, she was trying to do the Brexit without doing the Brexit, so...
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, Theresa May and Liz Truss were like truly awful at presentation in a way that even Gordon Brown comes across as warm and cuddly right now.
Man, it's so funny. I've never even seen Gordon Brown's face because I only got into politics after 2010, and he was like, he was just never famous. Like Tony Blair, of course, you don't need to be into politics.
Yeah.
To know who he was.
Brown did not have long. I mean, he never won an election, so that's the thing. Yeah.
Wow.
But
and of course, him also. I didn't know John
Major. I mean, he won an election. Gotta give him that.
And of course, everybody knows about her.
Yeah. James Callahan. I'm sure you read about him, right? You always talk about James Callahan and his
my
policies.
Third favorite person.
James Callahan.
Jesus Christ. I made last. This guy didn't last long either. Harold Wilson, 2 years.
Oh, Harold Wilson was prime minister like 6 different times. So
really?
Right there, after.
Oh, yeah, true. This 6 years. Yeah.
No, but he's a fascinating Harold Wilson. I'm a fan, to be honest. He's old-fashioned conservative. Yeah, he was the guy who Thatcher basically destroyed to. Like Thatcher was basically on the fringes of Conservative Party, and he was something that you rarely get these days. He was a confirmed bachelor.
Oh, okay.
These days, if you say you're a confirmed bachelor, they say you're gay and in a closet. But those days, you could say I'm a confirmed bachelor. I don't know what was the unconfirmed bachelor.
Yeah,
was that somebody who's
that's
like,
true. I've never heard of that. That's a good point. And then this chap only lasted a year.
Oh, this was because, that was bad times for UK. Douglas, what was his deal? I forget. Anyway, Anthony Eden.
But yeah, that's so interesting. A lot of UK prime ministers come back.
Oh, yeah. Well, it used to be much more often. And hopefully, possibly, with David now back in the headlights, some people are saying possibly they're going to, although David Cameron seems he's happy as a sort of a appointed. Man. And I must say, right now, he has the best, like that is the job since I was like 5, I wanted, man. He's appointed as foreign secretary. It's like the best job in the world. He's not some elected asshole in the House of Commons. He's a lord, and they given him foreign office to have.
But wait, David Cameron, like, okay, awesome, 2 questions. Two things. One thing. Although it's not surprising just because the whole Brexit thing has been such a fuck up, it's not surprising that David Cameron at this point,
I wouldn't say
which is like 6 or 7, 8 years removed, that he actually could potentially, that so many things that have happened that people could actually be willing, that there's actually could be a possibility of him coming back. And my second question is, Did it all start from the Brexit thing? Did it all start from David Cameron just randomly saying at some kind of parliament thing like, "Oh
No, no,
yeah,
no,
let's have a vote,"
no, no,
or
no.
was something brewing?
No. Conservatives have had been promising that for a
Mm.
very long, pretty much since Thatcher signed the Maastricht Treaty or one of the treaties they've been. Since the UK went to EU, Conservatives have been saying let's hold a
Mm.
referendum because we hate these French froggy bastards, and they never liked it, to be honest. So
Yeah.
no, it wasn't just, and he was under pressure to had to basically. There is this group 1990s
Yeah. Rings a
grouping
bell.
in the parliament. Yeah, they've been active way before David Cameron was
Yeah,
even a
they
member of the
approached me. I
parliament.
told them, leave me out of
No,
this.
I can't do Brexit.
I
Too
can't.
hard. Yeah, they approached you in September, right?
Yeah.
Because they came to me before that in June 1st, and I said maybe cameo.
Okay, so here.
But I'm not sure. He's a busy man too.
You send them my way.
Yeah, but then, so it's not, no, I mean, to be honest, the best thing for the Conservative Party would be him taking over right now. Like, it would be a thing, it would be something out of their dreams. But I don't
Wow,
think he's
that's
that
amazing.
stupid.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
he's,
thing.
and imagine
Then they're
being
gonna find out
appointed.
a day he ordered Domino's when his wife had made a homemade pizza, and that's it.
Oh,
And
that's
that's it.
out. That's the only
God, I
inquiry.
didn't know. Nobody told me she was making pizza at home. I just ordered trying to
By the way,
surprise her.
and it happened during COVID
Ah,
lockdowns. Oh,
Jesus.
Allahu Akbar.
All he did, he was just trying to surprise his family with Domino's pizza.
No,
Next thing
but
you know.
not no surprises during COVID. No surprise. Man, I can't
Little
believe
did he know
imagine
his wife
man,
was making the dough at home
but
all morning.
imagine getting rid of Boris Johnson, one of the most fun characters that has graced politics in the last 3 decades, to be replacing him with Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak. I mean, what is wrong with you
Yo,
people?
Rishi Sunak is surviving. At this point, every survival day is 1,000 points. Okay.
Man, when these kids, these centrist kids are making videos that David Cameron is upstaging Rishi Sunak, you think he's surviving?
I mean, he's survived this far. Has it been a year or two?
I think almost
Let me
2,
check
not
my
quite.
beloved. Oh, yo, 2 years. Oh, sorry, October, 2 years.
Fully October. See, I said not quite 2
Yeah.
years. So I was, yeah, he's the worst.
Come on, buddy. Last 3 more months at least.
Man, but to be honest, though,
you do.
I would, as they say in Persian, I would put him on my head if it would mean like Keir Starmer. He's like the worst. Like that would be the worst. Like seriously, I used to idolize UK. I feel so ashamed right now. Like it's so sad. Like Keir Starmer becomes prime minister, I have to commit suicide. Like not a successful one, but I have to like do an attempt just to keep my dignity. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
agree with you, but analysts are pretty convinced that he's gonna become the next one, no?
Yeah, but analysts have been like John Major was one they were very wrong about. Everybody said John Major is gonna lose, but then he won. So I'm hoping that happens.
But why? Why would he become? Is there like a general election that needs to happen, or?
Oh yeah. Within the within the next year and a half, there needs to be a general election. It's within UK, Prime Minister gets to call the election whenever, but each prime ministerialship or each government cannot last more than 5 years. So each parliament cannot last for more than 5 years. So they have to call it within that 5-year thing. So that's the thing. But
I see. Man, I'm willing to rewrite the system, and if they want, just hand me the paperwork. Give me a weekend or something.
They came to me last week. I sent them your way.
Jesus Christ. So, all of this is your fault. Creating a lot of work for me here.
I know. Right?
It's about to be summertime in Europe. I need some time off. Let me wrap it up right now. I have 2 more weeks.
UK is in a bad place. Come here. UK is in a bad place. Just for 1 year, just forget about vacation. No, they are
We're about to hit the golden months of Europe, and you're sending all this.
I know, right?
My
It's
way.
like Golden months. Are you talking about June? It's 1 month.
No, okay, it's not the UK here. Let's take it easy. Things are nice from like May to
Sorry,
October.
you have August too. But man, that's the thing. I mean, so okay, all right. So if Keir Starmer becomes prime minister, do a quick trip to Tehran, and I try to fit in my suicide in that night, and then for some reason you try to visit me that night, and then you find me. I don't know. I'll do the thing. I do the risk.
That's risky. You might still stay alive.
No, that's if you do it like that's that if you do it, it's like low 10% chance of. But pills, you're fucked, man. You lose a liver or something.
Yeah, don't want to be taking care of you.
Cameo, feed me.
No.
I need food. Keir Starmer became prime minister. Now I need food. It's so bad. Like seriously, it's like I don't know how. What's the equivalent? It's like this. The character, the side shitty character that dies within the 2 minutes of the movie suddenly turn out to be the hero. It's no, this is not gonna happen. No.
Bad election time. Bad election
Charles.
years.
Charles deserves. It's very bad. Yeah, very bad.
In the US, they're not doing anything. In the US, they're neglecting their contractual obligations. I feel.
Trump is putting the good work in with his hush money. I know, and Biden is trying with his uncle being eaten by cannibals and what. Not at least Rishi Sunak, nothing.
He's a young man too.
But he's so goody two shoes. There's no.
If we check this Wikipedia page in 2 years, they're all younger than us.
Yeah, that's a good
Like
point.
the time when I became older than football players. That was a.
That's
big wake up.
Who was that girl who finished prime minister? She was like same age as me. That was bullshit. Like that was like, and she was hot too, and it was like, this is nonsense. She's attractive and successful.
Don't bring the H word again. Cornel is gonna rise from his.
No, she was outside of Cornel's
from his grave and go over. But okay, nice, good stuff. Any final comments or?
No.
Otherwise, I'll let you go back. Yeah, exactly to your.
To the trenches. I'm going to the trenches right after the show. Camille is sending aid from from Switzerland, so it's all good. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody cares this time. I mean, really, nobody cares. I feel so. It's all good. I'm gonna have kebab.
I don't know about that. I hope so. Okay, hopefully we'll see Sam again. If not, it's.
I mean, I wouldn't say hopefully, but
we should see Sam again. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Sam again.
Yeah, maybe we'll see Sam again. It is what it is. We will see Sam again.
But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you next video. Thank you.